drinks there.
Yeah,
it's a water too.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the water looks like another drink to me, like from my angle right now, like the way I'm looking at it. So I thought it was 2 margaritas that he had for us. I'm about to say, this nigga's getting lit.
Right there, right?
This nigga's getting lit.
That's science right there, right?
Yeah, because I could see the other one. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Oh,
That's science right there.
Yeah.
Looking through a clear glass and seeing yellow. Talks about it with Franjez. We've seen Ronnie a couple times. Returning guest, Ronnie Notes. But we have a fresh face today.
Who's that?
The CEO.
Don't start with that.
The man behind the production of the Short End of the Stick podcast.
I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. You guys are running the show, man. I'm just here.
Man,
he's not just the guy. He's Papi Shampoo.
Papi Shampoo.
Papi Shampoo.
The CEO. Welcome. First time,
Very
man.
Good dude, man.
Thank you
Good
for having
dude.
me. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Pleasure to be here, especially with Ron on it.
Oh man, no, it's a pleasure to be here with y'all, man. Y'all,
Man.
this is greatness.
This
Right
guy's
here.
like furniture.
It's
now.
already good. Fran is on it. But
Yeah. I mean, I'm just happy to be here, man. I appreciate
Ronnie Notes, not just regular Ronnie. Ronnie with the notes. You heard?
I appreciate y'all having me on, man. For
man,
real.
of
Thank
course.
you, Fran. And I appreciate the love on your side too, man. With
So is love.
yeah, man. What's up?
So how you guys doing today?
Good, man. Good.
Doing good, feeling good. We got clean air up in here, right? You got an air purifier and shit, right? Like
Let's start off with that.
The world is falling
All
apart,
falling apart.
and we in the right place because we got an air purifier.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. We wouldn't even know it.
Canada's on fire.
The East
Jersey.
Coast is falling apart.
It's
right now.
Canada.
No, yeah, and Jersey. You
And
You didn't
Jersey.
see Jersey? I'll
Hell
show you this.
no.
I'll show you
Jersey
the
got
TikTok.
fires too.
Crazy right now.
What?
I think 3,000 acres in Jersey is on fire
What
right
the
now.
hell is going on?
I don't know. I think it's the dry heat or something.
Nah,
that
that don't make no sense.
Nah,
It's not even that
something's
hot.
very up.
Conspiracy.
I don't know.
Honestly,
Talk about it.
Nah.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like that shit was purposely done. I don't think that shit. I think that shit was man made.
Yeah.
But why Canada?
I don't know the answer.
Canada's
to that.
such a peaceful place.
And I love Canadians. Canadians are the wonderful.
Canadians are good people.
Probably
Happy-
top tier wonderful people of all
Everywhere I
times.
travel to, Canadians are always dope. I ain't gonna lie.
Me too.
I ain't gonna
Every
lie.
time I meet Canadians, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
where they have that is where they have these Canadians in America.
Very nice people. Very
Extremely
nice people.
nice.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be about if it is a conspiracy, but I would think it's something so big. Like, unless you really in tune with the politics and like what's going on out there in Canada and what they trying to build, big companies and all that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's something along those lines where they trying to clear something out to build a mall or some shit. I don't know.
Supposedly, I don't know how true this is. Bill Gates bought a lot of farmland.
That's true. I hear that
Yes,
that's true. That's the thing.
He
right
bought
now.
a lot of farmland
Yeah.
purposely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say too much. That's all I gotta say. So I think this shit was definitely
Has something to do with that.
premeditated.
You think
Yeah,
maybe?
hell yeah, hell yeah.
It's definitely possible.
Hell yeah.
This is something that like our whole lifetime I don't think we've seen something like this.
I mean,
on
think
this
about
side,
it.
on this side.
A guy,
That's usually California.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, a guy that
It's not even that hot
Pressured-
outside too.
it's not that high. It's not. That's what I'm
Yeah, it
saying.
hasn't
That
been.
they don't make no sense. I understand if it was like 100 degrees outside,
Yeah.
but it hasn't. Not even.
Not
It
for this
has
to happen.
Nah, not
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Nah, it's definitely not.
Don't
I
make
mean, I don't know
sense.
about Canada, but not at least not
Somebody
up here.
went to the forest and lit a match.
Suspicious.
Said, let's get
Very
rid of this shit."
suspicious.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. It could literally be anything because all we know is what the news shows us at the end of the day.
But the thing
Yeah.
is, the news is not going to show you the real truth
That's what I'm
behind
saying.
the scenes. They tell us.
I'm
what we
hoping
want.
it's the
They
truth.
tell us what we want to hear. The world could be falling apart. Oh, don't panic. Don't do this. Don't do it. Oh, how about this? We're gonna have a blizzard. Go make sure you have toilet paper, you have water, you have bread, milk. Before you know it, it's fucking rain, and then everybody just bought all that shit for
So
nothing.
what do y'all think about the mask thing? Y'all on y'all mask heavy when y'all going outside right now or no?
I have not put a mask on. My daughter had a mask on today when I took her home from school. I respect it because I did feel a little itchy in my throat.
Right.
And my mom texted me and said she felt her eyes were itchy and her throat also.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I respect the mask. And at times like this where we can there's chemicals out there we can't see that affect us.
100%.
We were able to see what was out here, so we might. It's not a bad idea to put the mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at all. Funny is my client had a mask on, but I haven't worn a mask in so long, like since after COVID, that it's like I didn't even have one. I wasn't even prepared for this.
Right.
So I don't know, man. How about you? How you feel about the whole mask
I think that
situation?
people should wear masks, especially if you have some kind of respiratory issues or something like that. Then yeah, why not, right? But like, it's about what kind of mask you're wearing. Those N95 masks and all that kind of stuff. Like for something like this, I think whatever's in the air that we shouldn't be breathing in is so small, so microscopic that it's going in through, like, it doesn't matter if you have like one of those kind of masks on. Now, if you have a mask with a seal with the HEPA filters on it, then I feel like it's actually going to do something. But like that little bullshit mask that everybody runs around with, it ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? It ain't enough. It might do a little bit, but not what people think.
That's what it is. There's levels to it. So of course, the more expensive one does more.
Right.
The cheaper one, it helps you out, but it's not that much.
Not that much. I mean, like it's so like I actually have studied this in the past because on my carpenter thing, like my apprenticeship, we had to look at different types of ventilation masks. You see what I'm saying? And like we actually studied the level of what they call particulates in the air, right? So like if it's silica, if it's dermafiber, all these different things that might be in the air in construction sites. Oh, there she go.
Sorry to interrupt. We got for the first time ever Jenny from the block on the pod.
Jenny, what's going on, girl?
Yo.
What's up?
So
is she recording her side? She should screen record her side and send it to you. Or yeah, you could do that.
All right. So Ronnie had a topic that he wanted Jenny's insight on for this podcast. And this is the best way to get her in on short notice. She's on FaceTime. And go ahead, Ronnie. Let's start it off.
Yeah, so I was wondering, how do you feel? Because I mean, me and Jenny, we have a couple conversations about some things on the last podcast that we was on together. So I was wondering her opinion on like how she feels about women coming to the situation, coming into a relationship with like masculinity, right? Like presenting and kind of instead of resting in their femininity, resting in masculinity, and like that's kind of how they are in their relationship until supposedly the man proves himself, and then she can be feminine.
I feel like a woman should keep their femininity at all times. Because I just feel like a man doesn't want a masculine woman.
Okay.
I feel like being feminine, like it brings out. I kind of think of it like Beauty and the Beast. Can you stop?
Talk about it.
Okay, like Beauty and the Beast. I like that.
I feel like it's Beauty and the Beast because I feel like Can y'all stop?
We live right now.
Damn, kids, we live.
As you can see, she's in the block.
She's definitely Shampoo.
Sorry about that.
Nah, you good.
So yeah, I kind of think of it like Beauty and the Beast. I feel like a female, like we bring out the best of y'all. I feel like when we are feminine, it's coming from the heart. You know what I mean? Like we instead of amping you guys up, we kind of like have to calm y'all down. Instead of acting like a man, we have to, stay as a female. Sometimes females can, like, for instance, like single moms, they can act a little masculine because they feel like they can do things on their own and they don't need a man for nothing. And then if a man does come in a picture, they feel like they need the man to prove themselves, like how you guys said.
Right.
But a man can only prove themselves until they submit to a female. And in order for a man to submit to a female, she also has to submit to him too. So like kind of like giving you guys your space, calming y'all down, showing you guys love, pouring into you. Because in order for men to pour into us, we have to pour into you.
100%.
And that's how I kind of feel about it. Like I said, I feel like men don't like manly girls. Like it's not cute. It's not attractive.
Right.
We kind of have to like I said, bring the best out of y'all. Like if we both being masculine, then who's gonna calm down who's gonna pour into who, like, because I feel like men need women to like I said, pour into you.
See, here's my thing is that, like, a lot of times when I hear when this kind of thing comes up, a lot of women will say things along the lines of like, oh, once I feel comfortable and once he shows and proves himself, then I'll get into my feminine state, right? But until then, I'm gonna keep, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna
be a dog.
I'm gonna be hard and all this stuff. And my thing is like, you can't just automatically change. Like if something that you've been doing all the time, all your life, you can't just change all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Like once you think it's proven to you, it's like it just doesn't work like that. Like we have habits as humans. You know what I'm saying? We have habits as humans, like that we work on and we do every day. So like, if you're not on top of like being conscious about the fact that like, no, I have to be this in my everyday life, then like it's gonna be too hard to do that transition. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it sucks for you guys because you guys have to prove yourself all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And even like around men or female, you guys have to prove yourself all the time. You guys always have the world on your back. You guys always have to pay bills and work hard and can't show emotions and can't. You wanna like come home and be with your girl and you want things to be delicate, like a blooming flower, like things like that. So
yeah,
I just feel like you guys need a female that brings the calmness out of you guys, because you already got to deal with the world. You guys get the short end of the stick. You guys
talk about
it. Nice little plug.
Shout out to short end of the stick, man.
I like that, Jenny. I like that. Yeah.
So you guys already got to deal with a lot, and like for a female needs to like put a pause on all of that. You want to feel like you guys are alive with your woman. You guys want to feel like you matter to your woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you guys deal with a lot, and us women, we emotional, but at least we get to express that and not be judged because we're females, and that's what everybody says, that females are emotional and blah blah blah.
No, it's not that everybody says y'all are.
Yo, Jenny, let me ask you this question, right? So like, all right, so I'm a big believer on like vulnerability being what like really makes connection happen in a relationship, right? So like, if there's no vulnerability between you and your partner, on both sides, not just the man's side or just the woman's side. Like both sides have to be vulnerable to each other to establish that connection. You dig what I'm saying? So like, I feel like if the woman, like we by nature are more masculine, right? So like we have a harder time with that vulnerability. And if the woman is also coming to the table with masculinity, then it's like the person who's supposed to be the professional at vulnerability, the female side, is coming to it masculine too, and so it creates like just static all the time where there can't ever be a real connection between those two people. You know what I'm saying? Because both people are coming to the table masculine. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to know if you agree with that, how you feel about that, and like just to pick your brain about that a little bit.
So we kind of spoke about that on the I think it was episode 21 when we was at the gym. I don't know how other females feel about a man being vulnerable, but I said in the pod, like I love when my man is vulnerable. Like I love the fact that my man is vulnerable with me. I love the fact that he can talk to me about anything, because I just feel like he feels like
I hear the violins playing.
I feel like he's in a safe space. You know what I mean? When he's with me, like he already has to deal with a lot at home.
Something paused. Oh, that's on her side.
He already has
but
to
that
deal
starts
with
with y'all though, right? That's like, do you feel like that starts with the woman being vulnerable and kind of putting herself out there?
It has to start with the female.
Right.
It has to start with the female.
Right, because if it starts with the guy, y'all turned off. If it starts with the guy, if he's coming off all gushy
and by nature, you guys are not emotional. You guys don't express. You guys shut down. You guys
I'm emotional.
Emotional.
So it has to start with the female, because we already have those emotions. You know what I mean? We already like express all of those things. So it has to start from the female, because like we understand. Well, I can't really speak on females, but I understand, or females understand, you know, that you know, everybody's human, everybody makes mistakes. But so it can't like in the thing that you posted on Instagram, a woman can never be a man.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. And like it said, like the woman said on there, you guys can be the biggest pieces of shit, but you guys are still men. That it comes with you. That's like by nature. You know what I mean? It's human nature for y'all to be like that.
Right.
So if a female wants a guy,
Wait, hold on. It's human nature for us to be pieces of shit.
Like what? Yeah,
What are you
exactly,
saying, man?
It's
No,
human
I don't
nature
like
for
it.
us to be
I don't
like
think
what?
that- Stop ganging up on her. I think what she was trying to say was it's in our nature to be masculine or like manly. You know what I'm saying? Not
like,
pieces.
Okay.
Piece of shit though.
She said something like that, but
That's what the girl said. I don't
Right.
know. Well, it kind of like blurred out or beat out what she said. But like by human nature, like you guys are men. This is what y'all do. Y'all have egos. You guys have, like I said, you guys have to have this what's the word I'm looking for?
Machismo.
This. No, like you guys, I don't know, but anyways, like you guys, are it's just a man thing. Like it's something that we can never change.
right. I think
you know
what,
what I mean?
what Shorty was saying in that video that I posted was something along the lines of like women can never out masculine a man. Like
Never.
like no matter what a woman, no matter how masculine a woman is, like the chances of her out masculine, being more of a man than a man is like that's like. To flip it around for any woman who's like shaking her head right now, like, oh no, this girl is mad masculine or whatever. Let me just put it like this: men can't out feminine most females. Like that's it's just not something that a man could do. I don't care how feminine he is; he's not going to be more feminine than a woman is. Most of the time, generally, we're talking about 80%, 90% of the time.
You're talking about regular folks, not like other folks.
Well, I'm just talking about like the general.
Because I've seen some
majority.
other
No, the general-
folks
see,
that
but
are
nah, those
whoa.
that's outliers. Like,
Okay.
but like even the most, you know, feminine guy is not gonna really be able to out feminine most women. You
Never,
understand what I'm saying?
Never. Like a gay, like for instance, like a gay. I don't have nothing against gay people. Let me say that before I say what I want to say.
You gotta put the precursor on it.
A gay man can never be a woman. You
Factual.
just can't. It just can never happen.
Right.
You can have all the surgeries in the world. You can look like a female, but you can just never be a woman.
Right.
Like, you know, like it's like that. Like like for instance, like females, a woman that lays down with men back after back after back. At some point, like we have so much emotions. At some point, we're gonna get tired. We're gonna be like, you know, I'm done with this. Like is not like emotionally bringing me down. You guys, like, you can have sex with all the women in the world and you're not gonna feel how a woman would feel when we lay down and have sex with multiple men.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah, it's different. I think
so
that
yeah, like,
we are just different.
But you want to know something, Jenny? The modern world now, a lot of females are like men now.
yeah.
You know, like they sleep around and they have no emotions attached to what happened. Now it's
Right.
just like there's no strings attached. Now they're like they really like us. They really being like us.
Yeah, I think
But
that's pushed by the media and stuff though.
Let me tell you something about that. A woman, that female that do shit like that, they don't really love themselves, bro.
Absolutely not.
Talk about it.
Deep down inside, they're not fucking happy.
Right.
I know deep down, I'm a female myself. Deep down inside, I'm gonna think something is fucking wrong with me.
Yeah.
Like, why can I have a man? Why can't I keep a man? Like, why? Like, what is it? It's like, it's because you are fucking Dick, Tom, and Harry. Like, it's never gonna work out for you. That's only a thing that a man can do. It's just
Right.
it would never work out for a female.
See, that's
and your pussy hole is just gonna get bigger. That's about it. Ain't
Talk about it.
You ain't gonna get nothing else from that. You know what I mean?
I mean, but they got vagina rejuvenation now, so I think I don't know, right? You heard about that?
Yeah, that we're gonna tighten it
But
back
no,
up.
Tighten it back up?
for
Then they got
for
Kegels.
for
They can do
for a
Kegels.
female-
Yo, the game's
for a
changed now,
female-
girl.
I'm sorry, if a female gotta do all of that, baby girl, you gotta find God. You gotta do something, girl. 'Cause
I
if
think
you
there's
gotta go to.
There's a lot that goes with that though. Why it's changed so much in the last like 50 years or so when it comes to women being a lot more promiscuous and sexual and stuff like that. Liberation for women in that kind of way. There's a whole systematic approach behind that that's like so deep that like
You know what it is? I don't mean to cut you off. But
Nah, go ahead.
You know what it is that I already forgot what I was about to say.
Yo, Jenny.
Jenny from the block.
It was fun. I got one more question before we end it right here. When's the last time you cried?
When's the last time I cried?
Last time she cried.
Probably like a couple days ago.
Damn. It was good talking to you. Thank you for being on my show.
Why you asking that?
Right? How you just gonna do it like
That's a
that?
weird question. Yeah. And off with.
It's actually, I have a list in my notes of whenever I run out of things to talk about. I have a list. That's the first thing on the list. So
Oh, when's
let's
the
all
last
talk
time you
about
cried?
it. When's the last time you guys cried? You guys remember?
Oh, wow. The last time that I cried. I'm not even trying to like be tough or nothing. I'm really trying to remember. Do you know? No, I'm serious. I really am trying to remember.
man.
I really don't. As far as I remember, the last time I really cried was when my grandma passed in 2019.
2019.
That's when I like
4 years, my man. The last tear that came down your
that I
face.
remember. As far as I remember in my memory, like I really like sobbed like a baby because
Oh, that's the,
no, like
that's
that was
deep.
really
He's talking about
crying.
just shedding a tear.
No, I'm talking about
sobbing.
really crying
Oh, yeah.
because
Nah, I haven't. Yeah.
she was like she
Sobbing.
raised
I don't
me.
know, I was a child. that's
She
why I
raised
sobbed.
me. She was really like my mom.
Right.
So like she was really dear to me, you know, like she was
Yeah.
special to me, and you know, unfortunately she passed away, you know, from cancer, and may God rest her soul, man. I miss her so
100%.
much, man. But she was a queen.
Yeah.
That lady
R.I.P.
taught me so much, bro. Like she was the definition of a legend, bro. Like, she
that's
was
real.
Talk about it.
She was the like, you know, she was what we aspired to be, like, or look for in women. She was
about to say
that.
that traditional.
She
old
was
school.
she was that, bro. She really was.
She was single or she was with.
So my grandfather passed away before I was born.
Dang.
So I never got to meet him. So she was single the whole time. She never remarried, never
Old
got with
school.
anybody. And
Old school.
really old school. So the history repeats itself. My mom did the same thing after she split with my dad, like in
Old
95.
school.
Never dated another guy.
Talk about
Like
it.
she never was like, you know, like never remarried, nothing
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So yeah, old school, I
like
guess.
that. I like that.
How about you, bro? When's the last time you cried?
Yo, I shed tears here and there, but I can't remember the last time. Maybe within the last 2 months. It's usually, I think it's usually movies and stuff like that.
I hear
Get
that.
outta here.
I hear that. That shit gets
Ever
me too.
since having a daughter, whenever there's a father with a child and something's wrong, that usually hits me.
Right.
Now, okay. Now that you mentioned that,
about those tears.
all right. Now that you mentioned that, I spoke about this prior. That there's this song that triggers me. I don't know what the fuck it is, bro. And it never happened to me before. But like you said, after having kids, I got 2 girls. It's I don't know what it is.
Right.
Like it just triggers me to like cry for some reason. And it's a beautiful song.
What's the song?
The song is named Beautiful. It's called Beautiful by
it
Christina Aguilera.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's
of course.
that's
yeah,
I don't know what it is
Classic.
about
Right,
that song
right.
and those words. It just
That's
touches
a
me
deep song.
different.
That's a deep song.
That like you know like I could be 4 a.m. I'm driving on my way to work,
Damn, that's deep.
and that song just because I always play shuffle like I don't purposely
yeah.
put it on, and that song just goes on and I'm like damn,
Feel it in the heart.
and I just start crying, bro. Like, but not. It's happy cries though. It's,
Right.
You know,
right.
it is.
I thought it was gonna be like you're worried that your kid is not gonna ever feel beautiful.
No, it's happy cries, and each time I hear this song and I start crying, I just do this. I thank God. I'm like, I'm so blessed.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
wow.
that's beautiful.
I'm like,
bro.
damn. Like, what did I do to deserve this?
Happy
Like,
tears are everything.
yeah,
fire, bro. That's
yeah. It's
fire.
like I
That's
don't
a
know what
beautiful
the
thing.
hell it is
Yeah.
with that one song, but it just
But it always does it for you.
it does that.
That's
bro.
what's up, bro.
It's so
that's
weird.
a beautiful thing, man. You
Yeah.
gotta, make sure that's always in the shuffle on the playlist. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You know what? Like to kind of go off of that. You know what I notice with myself very often is that whenever I'm watching a film and there's something that happens between the father and the son in the film, that usually will get me. So like there's a scene in what's the movie where Brad Pitt played Achilles? Troy. There's an old school movie called Troy.
I've seen the title. I never watched it.
Okay, cool. So in that film, I don't want to give it away, but it's like 30 years, 20 years old at this point. Achilles fights Hector. This is like a famous battle that happens when Achilles hectored Hector. This is like a term that comes from this moment when he went up to the castle and he's called out Hector, 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 and he comes out and they fight each other, right? Now Hector was the prince, the son of the king, right? And Achilles kills Hector, and Achilles ties up Hector's feet and drags him away from the castle, so for everybody to see him dragging the prince away from the castle. That night, the king sneaks into Achilles' tent and kisses his hands and tells him, like, I just kissed the hands of the man that killed my son. And Achilles at this point didn't even know who this person was. He never seen the king, and he said, if you could just please give me back my son. You're my enemy now, but at least show me that respect. Yo, bro, brings me that shit brings me to a tear. And like stuff like that about like father and son dynamics when like there's some real heartful shit going on, like that shit just does it to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have a son or anything.
All three, that's maybe because of your father.
But yeah, exactly. That's some daddy issues shit or something. Yeah, because he's still around and everything.
Yeah.
So like,
but it's that father love.
It always touches me. So that
and with us, it's our daughters.
There's a scene in Pursuit of Happiness with like Will Smith and his son Jaden. Like there's a few different scenes like that in different movies. That's like father to son stuff. It really just it triggers it. It triggers it.
Yeah, you know I think I teared up in Pursuit of Happiness.
You know what I'm saying? There's stuff in there that's
I think it was when they were in the bathroom and people trying to kick the door in. And he's just trying to put his son to sleep. And he's just like, no, it's okay. And he's crying, and people are trying to use the bathroom, but they're homeless.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to make home for the kid. Just go to sleep, even though he was trying to piss. This is our home for the night.
Yeah, it's a heartfelt movie.
I think that part, I teared in.
Yeah, anytime there's something like that in a film between a father and son, man, I lose it.
Do you guys remember the first movies you guys cried to? Teared to, whatever? Mine was, believe it or not, The Lion King.
Get out of here.
When Mufasa dies.
Yeah, that was tough. That felt that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Help! Somebody! Anybody! I was a kid weeping. Yo, is that family thing.
Yeah,
I think that family dynamic is what really hits you.
For sure.
The other movie, The Mask. When the dog...
Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
With Jim Carrey? Okay.
When he's locked up and the dog is outside like... He's like, sorry, boy, I'm gonna get you soon. I'm gonna be out of here soon.
Right.
Like, you teared up with that?
I was a kid crying at The Mask.
Oh, wow. I used to love that movie, too.
It's a
I
good
still
movie.
do.
That movie was fire,
But those are
bro.
the two movies I remember crying as a kid. And then now it's more daughter, father stuff that really hits me.
Any movies I cried at as a kid on. Yeah, I don't remember any of those ones. I ain't gonna
How
lie.
about the Titanic? Nobody cried in that movie?
Yo, bro, that's funny you brought that up. That's actually, I think I did cry at that one.
'Cause-
when Jack died, when she released him and he started slipping away. I was on a date. I was in love with my shorty. You know what I'm saying? I was in the moment. You know what I'm saying? And she was balling. So like one or two might have came out. One or two might have came out on that one. You know, so
She set the mood. She set the mood.
You know, she lined it up. She was vulnerable. Allowing me to be vulnerable. You see what I'm saying? That's probably why. But I was like, I ain't gonna date myself right now, but I was younger.
Oh, like 15?
If you date when that movie was in the theaters.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yes,
It was a long time ago.
Say your age without saying your age.
Yeah, right? I was this age in Titanic. Yeah, the theater. Yeah, bro, that was a tough scene, man.
Yo, you know what that reminds me? You ever realize you laugh more if somebody else is in the room with you? You laugh less out loud if you're alone? You noticed that?
That's actually true.
Because
that's actually
it
true. I don't
makes
think I
sense
noticed it, but that's
what
true.
you did with your girl. You probably wouldn't have cried if you weren't there with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just been watching the
And if I was
movie,
with
like, damn, my man died.
And if for whatever reason, me and the homies were seeing Titanic together,
Nobody's crying.
Nobody's crying. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to that masculinity we were talking about earlier. It's like, if there's not femininity around to like soften it and provide that space for us as men, like there's less of that that's going to come out of us. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? If there's less femininity around us, we'll be less feminine?
No, well, in other words, like if a woman isn't providing that feminine space, like so on that date at Titanic, when I was in the movie theater, the shorty I was with, she was crying a lot during that scene, and she brought that energy. It's kind of what you just said, like, yo, she brought the energy, you know what I'm saying, of that, and it allowed more of a tear for me. If I was sitting next to one of my brothers, or if, you know what I'm saying, whatever, like, we was there seeing it together for whatever reason, we would be seeing Titanic.
I definitely agree with that
None of us
because
would be
Nah, this
crying.
makes
like
sense.
you could be at somebody's wake, right? And somebody maybe you wasn't that close to, right? But
Right.
it was a family member.
Right.
And somebody who you love, it's also family members weeping next to you, like bawling.
That shit will put you there,
And
bro.
you like look, all right, perfect. Oh, look, perfect example. I was in the car wash yesterday,
Okay.
right? And
I mean, crying at the car.
no.
wash.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Sounds so dramatic.
Let me talk.
I almost spit my drink out.
So we started. I spoke to the lady, the clerk. She's a sweet, nice lady, and I said, "Oh, when are you going on vacation? Because you're always working." And she was like, "I can't go on vacation." I'm like, "What you mean? Why not?" She said, "Oh, like my mom passed away in December, whatever, blah blah." And then she started crying, bro. I'm like, "Damn." So immediately I gave her a hug and I said, I felt her pain.
Right.
Like that. I'm like, damn, you're going to make me cry? Like, it's the morning time. Like,
Right.
And then she started laughing because I made her laugh. But, like, that moment, if I wouldn't have said what I said, I might have cried right there,
Bro.
So that goes with what you said, like
100%.
It rubs off on you.
No, it's real.
Like
It's
even I have no attachment to her mom. I don't never even met her mom,
That's real.
but like seeing her like that, because I know the lady, she's a sweetheart. Like I felt really bad. I'm like, damn, man. Like I know what that is to lose somebody dear to you. You know,
Right.
so like I understand that.
You know what's it's crazy, like to kind of tie into something that's completely off topic but on topic.
Go crazy.
Yeah, no. It is what it is. Like, so shout out to Jason Bennett Actors Workshop. So we used to do an exercise with other actors in the class, right? We would all sit down, we would pair up with somebody, and we would put our backs to each other. So we would sit Indian style, my back on your back, and we would just sit there. And we had a certain amount of different emotions that we had like on a board or whatever that you could pick from in your mind. And you had to sit there for like, I think it was 30 seconds or like that and feel only that one emotion. So my back is on your back. And let's say I'm feeling sadness. You can't see me. I would feel sadness, right? And I would be thinking about sadness the whole time. He would start, when the teacher would go around and ask what was he feeling, everybody would always get it right. You could feel what the other
pain.
person is feeling without even seeing them by just being close in proximity with them if you open yourself up to that. So it's real, bro. Like when you around that emotion
That's
and you
dope.
open yourself up to that emotion and you're actually trying to take in that energy, you're gonna feel that energy. So what it was for acting purposes, it was like, if you can embody what your character's feeling in that moment, you can actually play off of your scene partner. So like if we have lines together, whatever in the scene. If you can embody that sadness or that happiness or whatever, I'll feel it. And I can play off of it if you do that practice enough with your scene partner. So these are things that people do for prep when they have like a scene with somebody where it's emotional. You can get to this space but with them. You know what I'm saying? So that's real, bro.
That's funny.
That's 100% real.
The topic started off with watching the movie and crying. Now this is the other end.
Yep.
Where you're diving so deep into that feeling. So it goes into the writing of the film, how everything's written to pull on your heartstrings. Now you start feeling for the character. Then something bad happens to the character. Now you're really invested in that character.
Yeah.
Then the actor has to really play out those roles.
Yep.
And then the viewer's all in.
All in.
Yeah,
And then
all
on the
in.
other side of it, now we're crying because we see it or something like that. Yo, it's real shit, bro. It's
love
the
this
human
shit, man.
experience. B is dope.
Yeah, man.
You know?
For sure.
I was watching some Rick Rubin podcast a couple hours ago, and he was talking about
The producer? Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know he had a pod.
No. He was a guest.
Oh, he was a guest on the
Yeah,
pod. Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, and he was talking about artists that don't write their music, that they get the lyrics, they get the beat, and they have to perform it. Some of them have trouble doing it because if it's a song about love and they're not in that mood or nothing, they're like, I really can't do it.
Right.
Rick Rubin used to tell them to tap into that with your family. Put the emotion from maybe a cousin, mother, aunt, father, child, sibling. Tap into that feeling while you're in the booth. Might have to change the lighting in the room, whatever the case, but you need to tap into what you know. You can't just create it just because you're reading it and you have to perform it. You have to tap into what you know.
Right.
Drink a couple margaritas too.
Talk about it.
You know,
Nah, that ain't what's in this glass. This is actually just some colorful water.
I think since the shit is in the air, like the water's fucked up now. So
That's what's going on.
That's
what it is, right?
Yeah, that's why it's a
Damn
little
it.
color. Because
Damn it.
it's really just H2O. Word.
What do you guys do when you have a cold? Literally, just a regular common cold. What do you do? Do you change the way you eat? Do you change what you're drinking? Do you take medication?
Nah, I try to stay away from the medication personally.
Talk about it.
I get first of all, you know what I want to say? I seen something recently. A guy was like 110 years old. It's like a viral video going around where this dude is like 110, and he said he never had a cold in his life, and he eats only raw greens, and that's it. He doesn't eat anything else. He doesn't eat any red meat. He says stay away from red meat. Also, I envy that dude, but I've definitely had colds. You know what I'm saying? And
But you ain't doing just green.
Oh no, when I have a cold, no, what I'll do, I mean, it depends. Like if most of the time a common cold, I'll just drink a lot of fluids. I'll get some vitamin C, some echinacea, some honey, and I just put that all in the tea, and I'll just eat that. I'll get some ginger, some raw garlic. You know what I'm saying? That's when I will have garlic. We talked about that. We was eating food.
you eat garlic raw?
Yeah, bro.
Or you just swallow the whole.
I swallow the whole clove.
Yeah,
like
it's
clove,
better. You don't have to
the
chew it.
clove. Yeah, you don't gotta
Yeah.
chew it. You can chew
You'll
it too if
still
you
burp
want.
it up, but it's very beneficial.
When you do that, garlic is coming out of your pores, bro.
Yeah,
like you
sure.
And it's anti-inflammatory. So like I'll have ginger, I have garlic, I have some lemon, maybe I'll have some honey, some good raw organic honey. And echinacea is fire. Vitamin C is fire. Those you get from the vitamin store or like your pharmacy or whatever. So I'll do that and just have a ton of fluids, bro. You know what I'm saying? Drink as much water as I can, much tea as I can. Yeah, bro.
What about food?
With food, I like it. So you what is it? You feed a cold, you starve a flu, right? I think that's what it is. So like if I have a common cold, I'll chicken noodle soup. You know what I'm saying? Try to have me I'll have some greens if I can.
With a soda on the side or no?
Nah, not with a soda on the side. Not with a soda on the side. Nah.
I had to say that. Sorry.
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie though. I'm not really great when it comes to having a cold. I don't eat that much when I have a cold. Like I should.
That's one of the symptoms. It curbs your appetite.
Yeah, it curbs the appetite, and I already don't have the best appetite. You know what I'm saying? So like, but I will go ham on what the stuff that I named. That's like all day. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating
Yeah,
that stuff.
hell yeah. How about you? You got something you do?
When I like the tea that I showed you, I like that tea.
Really delicious ginger.
Yeah,
tea.
it's ginger, lemon, and I forgot what else.
Yeah.
And it's not like a tea bag. It's actually like it's like honey, and it's like
It was like a jam consistency.
yeah, it's
kind
like
of.
a jam consistency.
Really?
It's weird,
Yeah.
but so you boil the water, you put that in the water, right? You mix it together really well.
Stir it up.
Stir
Whip
it up.
Whip it.
And then
Whip it
what I
real
like
good.
to do, well, I like to filter it with like a un colador. How you say that in English?
Strainer.
With a strainer.
Right.
So I strain it, and then he tried it. This shit is mad good, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Sounds like it was
I
good.
told him don't even strain mine. I said,
Yeah, I was
let
like,
me get
damn,
the
this
chunks,
guy
'cause
like
that
chunks.
shit is real.
Yeah, you get the
real
real
piece of ginger and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no,
It was
that's
really
probably
delicious.
fire too.
But what else? That's it.
Well, I like to take like vitamins too.
Mm.
Like shout out to Styles P. I Pharmacy for Life. I use a lot of his products.
Dope.
It's really good.
Dope.
You feel like they really work?
They good, bro. They good.
Which ones? Like if you have a cold, what does he have? I don't know.
He got elderberry. He got a lot, bro. He got a whole line. I can't even remember everything because I got the whole pack. He got I know he got oil of oregano. That's really good.
That's dope.
He got buckhorn, and he got another oil that is like really disgusting.
Perfect.
That you put it on your
It must
tongue.
be real good. For
No,
you.
it's
Whatever tastes good, ain't good for us.
good for you.
bro. It's so gross. It's really, really disgusting,
Right.
bro.
It's funny because that's how they trained us, bro. Like with the food that we've been consuming all our life, like that's how they trained us. Like
Yeah.
you crave and want the sugary bad for you. The other day I had some Hostess cupcakes and I'm like, yo, what am I eating right now? This ain't even real.
There's nothing
This ain't
real in
even-
this.
This isn't even
Plastic around fake stuff.
Yeah,
like, it's like what is
it's
this?
complete chemicals and like that tastes good to me. Why? Like
What's,
you know
what's
what I'm saying?
crazy is I be thinking about this all the time. You know, civilization keeps growing and getting better and better and better. Everything gets easier for us.
Right.
Easier.
Right.
So now Back in the day, we used to have to hunt for our food. Now we have options everywhere.
Right.
Every corner store, every gas station. We have snacks, foods, processed foods, frozen foods, fresh food. We have everything. 24-hour food.
Uber Eats.
Yo,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's always on demand, but it's like 99% horrible for us.
Yeah.
But that's everything just keeps getting pushed to the worst, to the worst, to the
At
worst.
least in America.
Fake.
At
Profit,
least,
profit, money.
So funny enough, like I had this conversation a few days ago with somebody, and he was telling me how McDonald's was really good back in the days.
Yeah,
I believe that.
Like
I
it was
believe that.
delicious.
It was a
and
real burger joint.
It was, and I remember that. I remember that. Well,
Nika, you remember that? Calm down.
well, he was saying this was like
70?
no, he was like back like 80s, like back like 30 years ago, and now it's all fake. It's all fake stuff.
Right.
It's not the same. And if you sit down and analyze, I'm like, yo, like all these foods that I used to eat back in the days that was so delicious is not the same no more.
Right, yeah.
It don't taste the same either.
They changed their ingredients, bro.
ingredients.
They sourcing their stuff from different places.
Yeah.
They cutting costs any way that they can to try to make more money. Like, that's all it comes down to. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if it was because I was a kid or what, but I remember pizza, Domino's pizza was like so delicious to me.
It was the best thing in the world.
I don't understand
Bro,
why it was
mad
so
good.
Now it's like eating cardboard. It's
Right.
like, what the fuck is this?
Now, I wonder to myself now, is that more natural? Like so did our taste buds get... Like when we was young, did we not realize that we was eating junk? So like we loved it more?
Oh no.
Or was it really just better? And I think that it was better back then, obviously.
Every year things get expensive. There's always inflation. So every company wants to cut costs.
Cut their costs, right.
So everything's the cheaper, the faster.
Right.
We hire less employees, but we buy these machines.
Right.
These machines process everything, and it's all chemicals, it's all
100%.
preservatives. And the further the company has to ship shit away, the worse it gets. McDonald's started off as one spot. I think it was in California somewhere, LA maybe. I think it was something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It was just a burger spot. Then boom, they start multiplying. Now it's cheaper to get this fake meat and this cheap meat and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
All to cut the cost.
Yep.
So when we were younger, we definitely had better quality shit than now. Absolutely.
100%, yeah.
I could just imagine even
Disgusting.
before that. So back then when we had it was probably like
Decent.
Decent.
It was
but
mediocre.
still watered
That's
down.
what I'm
But
saying.
it was still watered down, though.
Yeah, but
it was still watered down.
but it was not as bad as it is
as
now.
it is today. Yeah,
So I could just
Nowhere
imagine
near as
when
bad.
McDonald's first started. I'm
was
sure it was
probably
mighty
fire,
delicious.
bro. It was
It was like
fire.
a really good burger.
Yeah,
Real burgers, yeah.
You know?
Probably like Smash Burger and those Five Guys. Probably
Smash
real
Burgers,
burger.
Smash
Right.
Burger's really good, bro.
Right,
I
it was
love
like
Smash
that,
Burger.
probably.
Bro, I went to Five Guys the other day, and I had me a burger.
And put some more ice
Oh,
for you
yeah,
up.
appreciate you.
Yeah, of course.
I went to Five Guys the other day, had a burger and fries, and I carry my little water bottle around, so I don't really I don't be buying like sodas and shit like that. So I had a burger and fries, bro. It was $21
Yeah, it's super expensive.
for a burger and fries. Now get me like for real food, I'm cool with that. Like if I'm gonna eat something that's actually like I'm getting better quality beef, and all that. Like I'm cool with that.
You had to say the pause. That's
I had to say, 'cause
that's the New Yorker in us.
Getting quality beef sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But like,
Talk about it.
I mean, look, whatever you identify as or whatever you like to do in your personal life, I ain't got nothing against that. But I'm gonna say pause. But bro, $21 for a burger and fries, no drink.
Honestly,
Crazy, bro. From a fast food
I'm
spot,
gonna tell you right now,
that's crazy.
that's not bad.
I hear you. I
Why-
hear you, but
Compared to other things, I
No.
understand, but it is bad.
Let me tell you why.
bro,
Let me
bro.
let me tell you why it's not bad.
Uh-huh.
Go to McDonald's right now. Go to like all these fast food chains.
Right.
It's expensive.
It's like $10
You
a
spending
meal
like
now,
10,
yeah.
12, no, even over $10 a meal. It's like $12, $13 for a
Right,
meal.
right.
So if I got
Same meal used to be-
an
meal
extra
used to be like
$7
$4
for
or $5.
real food, fuck it.
That's
I'll
what
do it.
that was my thinking too. Right around there was a McDonald's. Right around there was a Burger King. I went to the Five Guys because I knew it was going to be more quality.
And the
Yeah.
thing is like you feel disgusting afterwards too.
Yeah.
After you eat that shit, because it's cheaper. It's mighty. Ooh, it might be
to the brim.
salute.
This is episode
L'chaim.
7 of Talks About It with Franjez. It costs you 0 money to just like this video, subscribe to the channel. That's it. Let's get back to good conversation.
Yeah, let's do that. Do that because that's necessary. We got some good content going over here.
Absolutely. It helps us. It costs you nothing. Thank you. What else we got? How about when your stomach hurts? Oh, actually, let me talk about what I do when I have a cold.
What do you do when you have
You
a
punch
cold?
yourself in the stomach when your stomach hurts?
No. So,
Arréglate, coño. Arréglate.
what's wrong with me? Nah, so when I have a cold, definitely vitamin C. So I used to take a lot of vitamins. Every day I used to take vitamins. I don't anymore because I actually changed my diet. I eat healthier, so I don't have to take as many vitamins as I used to, as I thought I used to. I really don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But anyways, so
None of us do, bro.
none
of us do. We all trying to figure this shit out.
I'm just following what I think is right.
We literally just winging life right
That's
now.
it. All of us.
So 2,000 milligrams a day of vitamin C. They sell the tablets 1,000
That's a
milligrams.
lot, bro.
I'll take one in the morning, then one at night.
That's a
1,000 and 1,000. I know they say 1,000 a day is good for any day,
Right.
but when I have a cold, I just double it up.
Okay.
I just do two. I just do two
I
tablets.
hear that at a certain point, you really just peeing out the rest of it.
100%. That's why I'm like, no problem. So I'll take 2,000.
So-
even if I'm just taking 1,100, pista 900 out, no problem.
All right.
So I was taking some. Funny enough, I was taking some multivitamin supplements. Right, bro. This shit was so
I used to take
strong,
those for years. Your piss was orange.
bro. Crazy.
Oh yeah, nah, it'll come out. Like,
That's the
mine
thing.
is
I was
green.
like, what the
Mine's more
hell?
Like a greenish color. Yeah.
I never piss
Yeah,
green.
bro. Not orange. It comes out more greenish.
Mine's
for me.
always orange.
Yeah.
That's crazy green.
Yeah,
Yo,
I mean
that's
it's
scary.
not like green.
Neon.
It's not like the ice tray green. You know what I'm saying? It's like a yellowish greenish color. Yeah.
Alright. I
Yeah.
never. Mine's more towards like the orange, like he said.
Yeah, mine
It's
too.
always
Yeah.
orange.
Like
you
a normal,
ever got orange
like a
piss?
normal person.
Maybe you just don't produce orange piss.
I don't think I produce orange piss.
Yo, for real.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is all green all the time? You should
No,
know.
not all the time.
Bro, no.
He's saying when he got too much
If
vitamins.
I take too much vitamins,
Oh.
if I take too much vitamins, it has like a yellowish greenish. This is a disgusting
Nah,
conversation.
this is actually this is enlightening, bro. Because my whole life I thought when you are like dehydrated, usually after drinking a lot of alcohol, whatever, I have that darker orange piss.
That's when definitely
You get the green then.
No.
Oh, you do get orange.
No, I get when I take too much vitamins. It's
green.
more greenish yellow.
Oh, but then if you're drunk.
If I'm drunk, then it's gonna be that dark orangey.
Oh, okay, good. I just want to make sure you get orange.
Nah,
I'm thinking maybe people don't produce orange.
We gotta
it's
make
just
sure
more
we produce
green.
the orange pea.
Yeah, orange is good.
At some point. Oh man!
So
So,
boom.
what? All right, so you do
Yeah,
vitamin
so
C, 2,000 milligrams.
2,000 milligrams a day. So
Right.
within the 24 hours, take 1,000 here, 1,000 there. That's what I
Okay.
usually split it up. I'll take definitely some ginger tea. Ginger tea is amazing.
Ginger tea is dope. Yeah.
And I'll try to eat more clean, but regular. I don't really eat less or more. I force myself to eat because I know I need to eat.
Right.
But I'll eat a regular meal. I'll eat regular stuff.
Mm-hmm,
But definitely the ginger tea, maybe some lemon in there, some honey, all that stuff. The regular stuff.
Yo, get some.
And I don't do medication. I definitely don't do none of that
Yeah,
stuff.
stay away from that.
I'll suffer. I'll deal with it because all that stuff is just really numbs it a little bit.
Yeah, it just like masks the
Well,
problem. It doesn't really help.
The only
you.
time I take with allergies, because sometimes I
Oh,
get
nah, I take
really bad with
medication.
allergies.
No, I take
'cause-
medication
whoa.
for allergies, bro. Like that's 100%.
Hell yeah.
But I want to. We gonna get back to allergies. But what I want to say is get yourself some ginger root and cut that up with your ginger tea. Don't just have ginger tea. Get raw ginger root. Cut it up. Put it in your.
Boil it.
Yo, bro. Like I'll just dump it into like my tea. This is when I said when I.
But what do you mean? An already existing tea, you dump it in for extra.
I just dump it in. Yeah, I just dump it
All
in.
right.
Let
Definitely.
it like what they call steep. Like you know when you let
Yeah,
your tea
steep,
bag
yeah,
sit for a
yeah,
second.
Yep.
And I just eat it with the like as I'm drinking it. You know what I'm saying? If I get a piece in there, I just start chewing the piece and I swallow it. Like you know because
I like
it's
ginger.
one thing to
I'm
have
with it.
ginger tea or something like that, but it's another thing to have raw like real
course.
ginger root is a whole different level, bro. Like
Yeah.
you're getting the real raw and anti-inflammatory. There's a lot of good different values in that, but when it comes to my allergies, bro, I take medicine. I don't play no games.
Yo, me too.
Nah,
That ass.
y'all don't understand. Some of y'all out there understand.
Yeah. There's
Because
people out there that say,
it gets too crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I don't get
insane.
allergies.
you sneeze a lot, you feel like your nasal. It's just
Bro,
bad.
so
It's
right?
bad. Yeah, you feel terrible.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like on a bad allergy day, I wake up and my eyes are glued together. I'm sneezing crazy.
And I do this.
Yeah, all day.
That Dominican
All day.
shit.
I
You
do
know
it too.
Dominican. Oh, you
I
too?
do it too. Yeah. I do it too,
My
bro.
grandma used to do
Yeah,
That's
that.
old school right there.
Because when your throat is itchy,
Yeah, you're
and
scratching your throat.
Scratching your throat, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, man. I take
I hate all that sick shit.
I take medicine for that, bro. I can't play with it. I'm miserable. Like my day is shot. If I can't tame that beast when an allergy hits, my day is shot, bro. I don't want to do anything. All I want to do is lay back because my nose is running the whole time. I'm sneezing. My throat is itching. My eyes are watery. My eyes are like they get like these weird mucus things on them and shit. Like it's just crazy, bro. So like I gotta take medicine. If I don't, it ain't gonna work. You know what I hear is good for that too, though. For you, for anybody with allergies, is get local honey. If you get locally produced,
just drinking honey,
local honey.
So like if you get locally produced honey from around like wherever you are,
it has to be local. Why local?
So let me put you on. So like the things that are affecting you, the pollen and stuff is from the trees locally. So the honey itself, if it's sourced locally, if it's from like around your area somewhere, it combats that same pollen that's in that area.
It's the local pollen that fucks you up, so the local honey helps you.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand the science to it. I'm not even going to try to sound like a scientist or a doctor.
It makes sense though.
But that's like, it's something that really does help. So I take a teaspoon or a tablespoon of that shit with if it's really bad, I keep some good honey. Should be like $20 for a little jar, but it's worth it because it's like a part of that regimen. If I'm having,
you can keep that honey for that shit don't go bad.
That shit don't go bad, bro. That shit stays good
honey's
forever.
expensive no matter what.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you get the bullshit, it's that's
still
not, it's not real honey
for like a little jar.
It's not real honey. The little bears shit, that shit is trash. Like you got to get some real good raw clove honey. Yeah, so that's for the allergies.
So you spoke about tea bags that you use.
Hey,
tea bags in
he's
the
a professional.
How you guys feel about tea bagging?
I see no benefit in it. It's just a gimmick. I feel it's just for fun. There's no benefit.
We talking about actual tea bags?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, actual like the sexual shit.
Oh, the sexual shit. Yeah,
there's no point in it. It's like for fun. It's like for entertainment.
Yeah, it's just,
there's no sexual pleasure in that.
Yeah,
well, some people they got foot fetish, so that's kind of like the same a little bit.
Some people probably that's the highlight of the world.
Yeah, like oh my god, she got sexy feet.
Nah, you don't understand it because you don't got it. Yeah, you don't understand it because you don't got it.
One of my homies, shout out. I ain't gonna say your name, bro, but you know exactly who you are.
Say his name. Say his name.
One of my homies is like, yo, but what her feet look like, bro? What her feet look like all the time? I'm like, yo, my man.
You know what? I don't got a fetish with feet.
Oh no, but they gotta look nice though. They gotta look nice. Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Okay,
but like no,
so I respect him 100%.
But I know where he going with that. I know how he a demon when it comes to them feet. You know what I'm saying?
So
he be all over.
He a dirty dog.
Nah. He a clean dude. He just likes feet.
Different. Yeah.
You know why he ain't a dirty dog? Because he don't smash anything. Like the joints he smashed, it'd be.
You gotta be head to toe. Obviously, if you care about the feet, they gotta be head to toe.
Yeah, they be top notch. They be top. I ain't gonna lie.
Good.
So like but he like for him if the toes is hammer time, he ain't doing it.
You know what's crazy? You find the perfect person, and then you want to reproduce it. Eventually, you want to marry the person, but then their feet are fucked up.
Yo, bro, I had one.
You gotta think, they're gonna fuck my kid's feet up.
I had one like that. I think like that.
All jokes aside.
No, Shampoo,
all jokes aside.
I think like that.
She's perfect, head to toe. I could trust this woman. I love this woman. She's amazing. But when you took those feet off, I can't carry a baby with those feet. I can't say that's my son. And he takes his shoes off and people see those feet.
And this shit look like flappers.
Listen,
or gang signs.
Yeah, gang sign. Look like he been kicking bricks all day.
Talk about it.
There's no such thing as a perfect woman or a perfect person. If you find somebody that has all the right qualities and they got fucked up feet, bro, really? Come on.
No, I agree with you. No, that's real. That's real.
I know it's sad, but that's real.
Remember, you guys gotta also remember, beauty fades, man.
And you know what? We ain't perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
No, none of us is perfect.
That's what I'm saying.
It's still gonna be on my mind 24/7 if it's one of those kind of things.
Don't fucking look at it.
I dated one girl.
Kids, bro.
I dated one. If you having kids, but I dated one girl who I was thinking about could be that. Like she was awesome.
Yo, listen. Unless she's an ogre. Come on, bro. You don't look at the feet.
All right, so then let me ask you this question.
If she got some ogre-looking feet, then I understand, bro. I understand.
Right. Let me ask you this question. Well, I can't. You
that's
married.
What I mean.
You married.
That's what I mean.
Ogre, like ridiculous.
Well,
like
she's dumb head to toe, smart, reliable, love her. She's trustworthy, and she got ogre feet. Talk about it.
Does she got big feet though? Because big feet is a no.
Big feet is different from ugly feet though. Just because her feet are big, don't necessarily mean that they're ugly.
Big don't mean ugly.
No, but it could be big and ogre.
You say ogre.
if she got small ogre feet, then it's not that bad.
Nah, when you mean ogre, you mean ugly. Be real.
Of course,
So
ugly
then
feet.
So
Ugly
small
feet.
feet cancels out ugly. If they small, they good.
They still ugly, but like, at least they're not in my face. They're not that big, so I don't have to look at it as much.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
ugly, big, small, ugly, but they're hideous. Everything else is perfect. Your kid, you're cursing your kids. This is so fucked up. This is why I'm out the game 100%. I can't do it.
You can't do it.
There's no point. Nobody's perfect enough.
Right.
Nobody's perfect enough.
That's a fact.
Let's talk about some shit. Me and my man were DMing earlier on some family values and the way we grew up.
Yeah.
Listen to this shit, bro. My mother cooked 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, worked a full-time job, and ran the entire household, cleaned and everything. Old school, Dominican.
Mine
You know how
also
it is.
did the same thing.
Yeah.
So
ain't nobody living up to that today.
Yeah, hell no.
that's the thing.
Ain't nobody living up to that today.
She always told me and my brother, I want you guys to find a woman like me.
Yeah,
and me and my brother, even when I was a kid, I was just like, my brother's 5 years older, so I also learned a lot from him. But I knew my own shit too. I'm like, I don't think this is gonna happen, ma. Like, since a kid, I used to say, I don't think nobody's going to do what you do.
The thing is, she came from a different. Her background is different.
100%.
Culture.
You know what I'm saying? She's cultured. She came from La
100%.
Vieja Escuela. That's what we call the Spanish.
called? I even know, is
La
it?
Vieja Escuela, the old school.
Oh,
La Vieja Escuela.
Escuela.
Old school.
Oh,
She's
shit.
old
I
school
never heard
that
that. I
way.
like that.
So like, she really got organic, traditional values.
Right.
Like, you know, you gotta cook, you gotta clean, you gotta treat your man, you know, like a king. But so does the man. The man is gonna treat you like a queen that you are because you are a queen.
Right.
You know, and the thing is, like, modern society, they want men to treat them the same, but they don't have the same values. They're not doing the same things.
Right.
So how could I treat you like a queen if
You're
you
not
don't
doing queen duties.
You're not
Right,
doing nothing.
right.
You know.
You know what it is? I feel like modern women, they want the traditional man, but they don't want to be a traditional woman.
They can be.
They
It's
want.
not
They
in
don't
them.
want to. They have. There's nothing inside them that wants to be that, but they want to have a man who is traditional and does traditional things.
That's
and
the
it doesn't
thing.
connect.
We
Now,
gotta push forward both.
Now let me
This
put
is how
you.
men are now. This is how women are now. Go.
Let me-
Stop thinking about the past. This is how it is now. Go. That's how it should be, right?
But let me put you onto the cheat code because you said that it doesn't happen and it does.
What happens? What?
Here's a cheat code though, right? For all the single fellas out there. If you're in a progressive city, right, where like New York, LA, Miami, Chicago, these places like that, you're gonna get progressive women who are out there pushing for the career. They're drinking the Kool-Aid. They've drunk the Kool-Aid on career woman, independent. I'm gonna do me. I'm not gonna be, I'm gonna be more masculine, right? But if you go to the flyover states, like we talked about earlier, Indiana, Wisconsin,
Absolutely.
all these places that's like more small town, rural, they have those values still. And if you go to Thailand, if you go to Vietnam, if you
leave America,
if you go
That's
to
why-
Colombia,
that's
if you go
why
to Colombia,
a
and
lot-
that's why your mom had that because she was old school.
And a lot
It's
of men
different
are
culture,
doing that.
doing
They're
that.
leaving the U.S.
It's a
and
fact.
going elsewhere to find these
That's
women
a
because they're
fact.
like, yo, like, what am I signing up for? Why do I have to have all this pressure of taking care of you and doing this when you're not even doing a fraction of what I'm putting in?
Right.
You know, and then,
Yep.
and then you have that debate with a woman. I am the table. You know, I'm not bringing the table. I am, you know, it's
stupid shit.
it's
Stupid shit.
It's,
It's,
that's
Those
just,
values
it's delusional.
are not in America. Those values exist in other countries.
In
Yeah.
America, you got to go to the flyover states, bro. And you know what? I could even be wrong at that nowadays because like Instagram and all the social media made the world smaller. So like you might get less of that in America now, a lot less. But you go to different countries, bro, you're gonna still find that.
In different countries, absolutely.
You're gonna still
agree.
find that.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna find baddies too. And a lot of times they be like, oh yeah, you go to those countries and you're gonna find somebody who don't speak, who can't read, can't write, they're not educated, they don't have, and you go there and you'll find all of that. They can
100%.
read, they can write, they're educated, they're smart, they're not just doormats. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll find, you can go to Thailand and find you a baddie that will cherish the ground you walk on, cook the 3 meals. Treat you like a king all the time, you know what I'm saying? And be in her feminine and not have to, you know, you don't have to like break your back to make it happen with her. You know what I'm saying? She'll meet you
100%.
halfway. So it can happen. It's just hard to find it.
It's hard to find in America.
In America, and it's even harder when you're in one of these big cities, bro.
100%. Big cities is just not. It's unlimited options.
Yeah, there's so many options for them, and a lot of them come here. They come to these big cities to chase the bag, to whatever their dream is, whatever their career is. They're chasing that. So because their career is the only thing that's really on their mind, having a family and all that stuff comes not even second or third or fourth. That comes like that's not even on the list most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, you have to kind of just navigate around that. It's hard when you're in these cities. So if you're looking for that, I suggest, you know, catch a flight somewhere, man. You know,
it's so tough, and it's really about just communication and letting it be known from jump. Fuck all the emotions and the feelings. We got to figure out. I had a friend once. He's all over the place. My man, right now he's in a relationship. He's very religious Christian, and she is too, and it's going well for them. But before this, he was telling me how he's not dating, not looking. He's just literally going to wait for the perfect situation. I forgot where I was going with this.
So how he found that? So how did he find that
It
situation?
happened in the church. It happened in the church.
Okay, so
Yeah, it happened
so
in the
it worked
church.
out for him.
It was another single girl and him, and then people around the church were telling him like, "Oh, maybe you guys should talk." And then they started talking, and now they're in love and about to get married. And it's only been a few months, and it's insane.
Damn.
Right.
It's too insane. But I forgot why I was bringing this up. It was a good point. I forgot what the hell it was. But while I'm thinking about my point, you guys ever wore camouflage clothes? The jacket, the hat, the pants.
what's it called?
Camouflage.
Oh, camouflage.
You know, in the
Camouflage.
90s it was
pants,
very popular.
Yeah. I think I still own a pair of shorts.
My
camo
man.
shorts.
You got the
I
hat.
haven't worn in a couple years, but yeah.
You got the hat. Put the hat on real
Oh,
quick.
my man. It's not even because of the hat, but it was on my list.
Yeah.
It got high. That's why I took it
Well,
off.
why you even ask that question? That's a strange question.
Because there was a point where it was weird.
You was camo everything.
He thought he was in the army himself.
He was a Marine, but not a Marine.
My style was always weird. I was always not trying to be current.
Yeah.
So I kind of did the camouflage after it was cool.
Okay.
I remember I had the jacket, the pants, all that.
You was camoed out all the time.
And I was like,
Did you ever wore?
that was like ninth grade of high school.
You ever wore ghillie suits?
Nah, what's that?
Next level camo. It's like literally having trees on and stuff.
That's crazy. They actually sell that shit.
Yeah, it's called ghillie. Look it up, a ghillie suit. No, like if you want some real camo shit and you really trying to be like hidden, you can buy suits that match the terrain that you're in.
Oh
So,
yeah,
like-
that I know, but I mean for fashion it's crazy.
Right, no, I know.
Because I used to just go to Webster and Fordham, the Army Navy store. I used to just shop for my jacket and my pants there. But before I forget, I remember what I was going to say.
All right, let's go. Let's talk about it.
So my boy that now he's in a relationship and he's like wifed up trying to get married. He's going all in within months of meeting this girl, which is insane. I'm trying to talk him out of it, but whatever. But years ago, he told me, which I didn't agree back then, but now I'm seeing where he was coming from. He said a relationship is like a business. You have to talk to the other person and say, what are you doing? Where are we going? Financially, spiritually, everything. He's like, it's like a business. You're not meeting someone and you're falling in love like a fairy tale. And back then, I was against all the shit, relationships, business, all that, but I didn't see the way he saw it. I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? Like, I'm like, you have to love the person. You can't go into a relationship business-wise. That's not the way it works. But now I'm seeing it that way.
That's actually, he's actually had it the right way.
He had it the right way.
Yeah, he has it the right way.
It's a little bit of both.
Love is a new concept in marriage. Okay, that's the last 30, 40, 50 years.
You heard what this guy said?
That's a new concept in marriage, bro. That's not
There was a
traditional.
song, what does love got to do with it? I mean, that's an actual fact.
Yeah.
It's not all about love.
It's not like I'm saying to you right now, like love is a new concept when it comes to marriage. That's never what it's been about for thousands of years. It's been about property. It's been about joining families for political reasons, for wealth, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like
stability.
This whole see like
para pagar la renta también.
I don't know what he said, but
To pay rent.
To split rent.
bro. No,
Not for real.
it's real.
Yeah,
So
it's
like,
bad out here.
so you got to think about like the propaganda wheel, bro. Like media, especially in America, pushes us in certain directions for certain reasons. There's a reason why we got to buy a $30,000 ring or $10,000 ring, whatever, for a woman when there's a reason why Valentine's Day comes around and we have to spend roses, buy money for roses and take it out places and all stuff. Like love is a new concept when it comes to relationships. Before that, it was about survival. It was about, bringing people together for politics, like what I talked about. So, it's funny that like they say something like, oh, don't talk about politics or religion on the first date. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? If you really trying to figure out what this person is about, if y'all really match, if y'all minds can meld and y'all could actually move forward, then talk about the real shit early on. And like, let's get it out the way.
What's the point of this date?
All that sounds good though, but like, what I mean is, you can have a perfect connection with somebody, but just not align with their views on political. So what if you have like the love of your life standing beside you, right? And you guys are like, damn, I really love this person. Like, I like this. Like, I could see a future with this person. And you guys just can't come up to an agreement on the political views that you guys have.
I don't think that it's about necessarily having this. And you could, I mean, look, I'm speaking from a single man. You're married, so you actually have real life experience on what works. But correct me if I'm wrong. I think that what works best is not so much that we align on every political issue and religious issue. I think what works best is that when we clash constructively and we work through it.
Of course, but that's not what I meant. What I meant is sometimes some people's views on certain things is a deal breaker. So, like, for example, if your views on political, that's just not just about politics, but that's just one example.
Yeah, I mean, you could use any example.
You have different views than the other person, political views, and like, oh, you know what, I liked that girl until she said that, then forget it, now I don't like her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, that shouldn't be a deal breaker because, like, at the end of the day, like, you can't always, there's no way you're going to 100% always agree on everything.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like me, I've been with, my significant other for 18 years, right?
Yeah, but y'all started when y'all were young and dumb.
Of
You didn't
course.
strategically choose each other.
No, yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like,
That sounded negative. I didn't mean it to be negative.
we don't always agree on everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes she says things that I don't agree with, and sometimes I say things that she don't, vice versa, whatever.
But you know what? You guys have a lot of the common core values. You both being Dominican. You both being around the same age. You both growing up in the same city. So you guys had a lot of common ground. That's why you guys' arguments aren't too big.
No,
you
it's
guys'
not.
disagreements and when you bump heads and you don't agree on things aren't that big.
Nah.
You guys grew up very
That's
similar.
my
Definitely
point.
not.
This is my point that I'm making is that you're right. If the values don't necessarily align, you're not going to get everything perfect with somebody. So like this kind of goes with what I think it exactly goes with what I'm saying is that like you need to know how to disagree with your person and it doesn't form a catastrophe in the relationship.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like you need to like, all right, you think you're pro-life and I'm pro-choice. Let's say. I'm not saying that that's what it is, but I'm just saying.
But that's tough
Let's
in,
say that's
in a
a thing.
relationship.
Let's say that's a thing.
That's a big extreme in a relationship.
But even though we disagree on a big topic like that, we know how to get through that topic and work through it. Bill Murray said something fly that like I don't even know if he's married or not, whatever. But he said something fly like he said, if you want to know if the woman that you're into is really the right one for you, don't take her out to some resort. Don't go on this vacation or whatever. Go to the jungle. Literally, go to the rainforest with her.
Talk about it.
Go into a hard situation that's hard to get into and hard to get out of. Take a trek through the rainforest that's like hard to get into and hard to get out of. And if by the time y'all get back to the airport, off of that, I won't even say vacation. I'll say traveling. If you still want to marry that girl, then she's the right one because you've gone through adversity with her, you've gone through tough times, uncomfortability, and you've gotten through that uncomfortability, and you still feel those feelings for her. It's easy to love somebody when it's easy. When it's hard, can you still love that person? When you're disagreeing, when you have serious choices that you have to make, and y'all know how to get through that and work through it, will you still look at that person and be like, I love you?
Of course.
And that's, I think, what you have, which is why you're still with her. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I did that. Like, I took her to DR. You know, no AC, no nothing. Nope. Nah, I'm just joking.
Nah, but for real.
But that is absolutely true.
Y'all grew up the same way.
Yeah,
y'all know what it is. Y'all had good common ground. It made it easy for y'all to last this long.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
As adults, though, man, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because you see what the celebrities got, you see what your friends got on Facebook, and you want that. Yo, people will settle just for that Christmas picture in front of the tree.
Instagram is a liar, bro.
It's
Hell
insane.
yeah, Instagram is a
It's
liar.
good.
Nah,
It's good.
There's a lot of couples out there that are happy on social media, and they're
Oh my
fucking-
God.
Everybody only
they're
posts their
killing
highlight
each other.
reel.
They're
It's
killing each other.
insane.
Everybody only posts their highlights.
And then,
It's
and then,
insane.
and then the
Pay attention
thing
to that
is,
shit.
like, then they break up and like, everybody's like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah.
You know, like, you look so happy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, you know. But that's how it is. You know, like you said, everybody posts their highlight. Nobody
That's it.
posts the bad part of whatever they're going through.
right.
You know, I mean, some people like to post about all negative shit. You know, like just everything.
Yeah, but nobody will follow that person too
Yeah,
much. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They
yeah.
want to see the positivity. You want to be uplifted when you go to Facebook.
course.
So like whatever gets the most likes is going to get posted more and more. And what people want to see is gratitude and happy times and stuff like that. So that's what you see. So I try not to pay attention to the relationships that's online and all that stuff because
Everything online is fake.
I've dealt with certain women who they in happy relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like they posting they posting happy relationship stuff, but
Talk about
what they doing on the side is crazy. You feel me? So like, you know, I wouldn't pay too much attention to that. You know, for anybody out there that's like, you know, old couple goals because you're looking at somebody who look, you know, they got money, they look good together. That should be fake. That should be 100%
Super
fake.
duper
Yeah,
fake.
that should be processed.
Just like everybody want. Oh, Jay-Z and Beyonce. You don't know what the hell they do behind closed
Nobody
doors.
knows. Nobody knows the real
You
story.
know, like they only showing you what they want you to see.
Nobody knows. And get this, like, not even they close people know the real story. Not even Solange know Beyonce's real story with Jay. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Not even Tata or whoever, you know, whoever's close with Jay knows his real story with Beyonce. You feel me? Like nobody knows what's going on internally in that soup of those two people. You know what I'm saying? Like
The way it should be.
yeah, I mean that's how it should be.
Because
Yeah, it should be private.
I feel like, you know, being in a relationship, the more people know about your business,
yeah, the more issues you're gonna have.
the more issues you're gonna have because everybody got a fucking opinion. Everybody.
That's a fact.
You know?
That's a fact. Go ahead.
And then sometimes, like, you know, like you going through some shit and you guys both mad at each other, whatever, let's say, right? Like, you know, and if you tell your friend bad shit constantly about this person, he's not gonna like that person.
Yep.
You know?
And the funny thing about that is that we all
even though like she might be a great person, but you know, obviously everybody got flaws. Like, you know, everybody got an off day. I'm just telling you the you know, the 10% of whatever the fuck she does.
Right.
I'm just saying, you know, so
And that's the thing is that we normally don't speak on what's happening and the good things that are happening in our relationship to the people that are around us. We don't emphasize those things the same way that we emphasize the bad shit, right? Because the bad shit really bothers you internally, deep inside. Whatever's really bothering you about this person is what you talk about. So the person you vent into,
It's
your
like
best
therapy.
friend, your best friend, right? Exactly. You're not gonna go to your therapist. Everything is great.
Yeah,
I'm having a great time.
yeah.
No, you go to your therapist to lay
This
out,
bitch.
right?
she ain't shit.
Right. And it be the 5 or 10% that the person is hearing constantly. So like your girl's best friend is always hearing the worst thing about you.
So they hate you.
So they hate you, but they're not hearing about all the things that you do to make this
All
girl
the
happy
good
all the time.
shit.
Now she might mention it to the best friend. She might say, "Oh yeah," but the emphasis isn't the same
Of course.
because when everything is good, people are quiet. You don't got nothing to say now because you
nothing
good.
to say. You
Now
got
you might
nothing
tell
to
your best
say.
friend, "Oh yeah, you know he sent me flowers. He took me on this nice date. You know he."
It's boring. The good stuff is boring.
It doesn't hold the
The
same.
tea.
The tea is where
When
it's at.
somebody asks what's the tea,
The
it's
tea is
something
what's at.
negative.
And
You don't know what it is? It's they remember the fucked up
they
part.
remember the
Of
fucked up
course.
They
part.
don't remember the good stuff.
That's
Right.
that's the tea. That's
And
the
it's same,
entertaining.
but and it's the difference between like
Drama.
when you're in a relationship and the relationship ends, what everybody remembers.
Oh, the bad stuff.
The
yeah.
good stuff. No.
Oh,
you remember
who
the good
remembers
stuff.
the good stuff? Who
Yeah,
remembers the good
I was
stuff?
gonna say.
Most people remember the good stuff, unless you're like in the toxic relationship.
Of course. If it ends, it's usually for a bad reason. It usually doesn't end for nothing good.
You know, like it didn't work out for whatever reason. Let's just say, but you remember the good memories, right? Oh, like,
I
you know,
don't
we didn't
know.
work
I
out.
usually remember them bad.
Yo, you know something
Okay.
that just
F that B.
yeah. You know what? Something that's just dawned on me.
What
is-
that means?
You never had an ex, bro. You've been married
Yeah,
for
right.
years.
You've been married for years. I had a lot of
Teenager,
exes.
bro.
I had a lot of you got better. You know better relationship advice. I know better. I know how to this ex
deal
shit
with
goes. I
exes.
know how the ex shit go.
My man cried in August. I mean, no, it was in January. My man been married.
Yo,
You chilling, bro.
You know what
I've been out the game
You know
for
what
so
I just
long.
processed in my brain. I haven't never really thought about is that like when anybody brings their problem to someone. Like if I talk to one of my best friends about something that's going on with a lady I'm dealing with or whatever, like they have to spend their energy in helping you get through that problem, right? Or my girl did this, or maybe like the other way around. You know, this guy did this or whatever. Like your friends have to put their energy into helping you solve these problems if you go to them for that, right? So like they're gonna internally take in this like this motherfucker's always giving this person problems, like always giving my friend problems. So now they have less of a reason to like you, right? But like, if things are going good, you don't go to that same friend and be like, "Yo, guess what she did?" Like,
You know how you have a friend for everything.
Right,
You have
well-
a friend to go out to the club. You have a friend to
Yeah.
travel with. You have a friend to podcast with.
Talk about it.
I might be one of those friends,
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got a friend to
He
do
was
everything
looking
with.
at me. I think he was talking about me too.
Okay, well then, yeah,
Both of y'all, yo, we all potted right
Y'all
now.
potted way more than I've been.
Right? All three of us potted.
We like you potted motherfuckers.
So yeah, I learned that years ago.
Yeah.
I used to be a dumb, drunk, partying, just doing dumb shit. Then I realized, yo, I got friends that I literally just party with, just call for like therapy, just call for advice,
Yeah.
money advice, employment, car advice.
Yeah, no, it's
You know
real.
what I'm saying? You got
It's
friends
real.
for everything.
Well, you got resources, right? They're all resources, and
At the end of the day, it's
you know that they
resources.
have strengths in different departments. So
Yeah.
you go to the person that has a strength in this department.
Yeah.
You know, if I want to hear "fuck you" advice from somebody, like, yeah, fuck that person.
Let me call Joey real quick.
Exactly, you go to that one. If you got car trouble, you go to that one.
Yeah.
It just is. It is
Let me
what
call
it is.
Pepito. Yo, Pepito!
You bought a what again?
Tung, tung, tung.
I ain't
That's
been
what I
mad.
hear. What do you hear? I hear tung, tung, tung,
Shout
tung.
out to Mike at Prestige, my man.
There you go. You wouldn't invite him to travel, right? Because
I mean, he's cool, but I wouldn't think to.
Exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you about to go to travel? You call your boy. Yo,
we
I
out.
heard this spot
We
is
out.
it.
Colombia. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Right? That's what it is, man. I learned that shit. You got to just realize what it is, and that's it. Don't treat everybody the same.
Right.
This
right.
person only uses you for this. All right, that's what that relationship is.
Yo, but listen, if you can't be useful, if you can't be used, then you're not useful.
Boom.
Which what that really means that you're useless.
Damn.
Talk about it.
Talk your shit.
So there's nothing wrong with being used. Just make sure you're getting something out of it too. That's all.
Yeah. Got to
You
be
know what I'm saying?
something.
It gotta be mutually beneficial.
Reciprocal son.
At least a meal or something. Take me out to
You know
dinner.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
It's a
Something.
little half a son, a son.
Yeah, nah, there's nothing wrong with being used, man. And if you can't be used, you're useless. So, you know, you gotta make yourself useful.
What do you guys feel about doing stuff that everybody else is doing?
Like what though? Just
Like
that's a general question.
podcasting.
Funny enough,
Real
Straight
shit.
up.
Real
too
shit.
many motherfuckers doing that shit.
Too many?
Way too many. people.
Or are you looking at the glass half full?
Too little?
No, it's just how you view things.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is? Here's my view on that.
Talk about it.
You know when you buy a car, right? That's when you see it everywhere. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, before
Everybody
that,
got
you
this
never-
shit
yeah,
now,
you buy-
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's how I feel about it. I'm like,
Okay.
damn, now everybody's doing the same fucking
Right.
shit.
Now you're in the
right.
space. You see what it is.
Yeah, so that's my answer to that.
So I have something to say to that. I think that it's harder than we think it is to actually be original with original ideas, doing original things.
I agree 100%.
I think it's so much harder than we all want to be little
We think
snowflakes.
it's harder.
We all want to be snowflake. Nah, it's tough, bro. It's especially
no,
now.
being yourself is the easiest thing. That makes you different. That's why I say it's easier.
What's
if
easier?
you're just yourself, you're different. If you're
Okay.
trying to follow what other people are doing,
Well, I think
then
there's-
you're just gonna
I think there's a
fade it out.
difference between. All right, so let me put it like this. right? I've been wanting to be in broadcast and radio since I was a kid, bro. Like this like I remember being 15 years old and my girlfriend's mom saying like, "Yo, your voice is amazing. You need to go on the radio." And I was like, "Yo, that sounds kind of dope."
You do have a fucking radio voice.
Now,
you agree, bro?
Now, let's put a pin on that.
Yo, C100, hire this guy real quick.
Nah, radio's dying. He needs his podcast.
Yeah, I need
Oh,
my
that's
podcast. I need my
facts.
podcast. So like, I've been wanting that for years, but I never stepped up to actually like work on it. And even now, I'm slacking. You see, you be hitting me up. And my man friend just be like, "Yo, Ron, what up, B? What's up with that pod? What's up with that pod?
I'm
Get
like,
that shit
yo.
started. Get that shit started."
Since you're not starting your own, come on, man. I said, come through.
But like, so my point is that like I've been wanting to do that for years, right? And I never have stepped forward and did it. And now is the only time when I'm buying the microphones and doing everything I gotta do now that everybody is doing it, right? So it's like if I had this in me 15 years ago, why wasn't I, and like it just wasn't a thing back then. But if it was like something I really want, my point that I'm trying to make is just that like I'm moving right now when everybody is moving, right? It's like I'm like, oh, I see everybody else doing it. Let me jump on that bandwagon.
It's a rat
Even
race.
if it's subconsciously, right? I think that it's harder for us. It's one thing to be an individual because I feel like I'm individual as fuck. Every woman that I've dealt with is always like, yo, like I never dealt with somebody like you.
Talk about it.
I ain't trying, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pop the collar, but y'all know what's going on.
Hold on. You got a little
I got a little
dirt
dirt
on
on
your shoulder.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
that off,
I appreciate that, bro.
How
You know
about
what I'm saying?
pimping? How
You know what
about
I'm saying?
pimping?
A little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that much hope, man. You know what I'm saying?
My man's been putting in OT lately. That's all I gotta say. You heard?
So, but my point that I was trying to make, y'all fucking me up right now. Y'all fucking me up. Y'all stupid. No, but what I'm saying is that like, damn, I done lost my train of thought.
Yeah,
bro.
what was he saying? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I lost it
I
too.
don't know. We're talking about.
I don't remember. So like the broadcast and all that kind of stuff is that like it's one thing to be an individual where you are yourself. It's another thing for like the moves you're making in your life, like it's gonna probably be with like the crowd.
The original question was, what do you feel about doing something because too many people are doing it?
Right. So
that's
like,
what it was. So
yeah,
podcasting.
Right. So podcasting.
So
for
do you feel
example.
like that's holding you back from actually starting that shit, yo? Thinking it's oversaturated? Straight up, honestly.
No, what's holding me back
Is that one of the reasons? I know you have a few reasons.
I know that the competition is out there, 100%. I think I got something different to offer.
But if you have something different to offer, then there's zero competition.
That's true. Because if you say that, that's
Talk
fire.
your shit,
that's
boy.
Fire. Talk about it. Talk about it.
Yo, but hold on.
Talk about it.
I always say
we cooking right now.
every ass got a seat.
Hey,
That's a fact.
Talk about it.
So
That's a
listen,
fact.
it could be 1,000 people doing the
Yeah.
same shit, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Meanwhile, it's
you are
millions.
yourself, and that's it. Like he said,
But ain't nobody doing talk about it. Ain't nobody doing the short end of the stick.
they talking about it, but they ain't doing
They
it.
ain't doing it.
And ain't nobody. What's the name of your show? You got a name at
I
least?
don't want to say it yet, man.
Come on, man. Like, you're not sure that's the name?
I'm not sure yet.
I got
I'm not
it.
sure. I'll tell you after.
I'm gonna tell you
what
right. Long end of the stick.
Yo,
Hey yo, that'd be fire. And then a hey yo after it.
hey yo, yeah. No, what I was gonna say is that
Damn.
it's not even about the. You know what's stopping me is the perfectionist in me, bro. I'm
Nothing's perfect, bro.
It's overthinking.
Let me tell you something.
I'm overcritical. I'm too critical of my own work. You know what I'm saying? I've done a couple of pods on my own, like the in the format I want to do it in. I film. I did the whole thing.
You showed me a clip.
I showed you a clip
It was
of something.
clear. Yo,
It was
this video
great,
was clear. Come
I know,
on,
and I'm like,
man.
this ain't it. So I went and I bought a bunch of stuff. I got the background. I'm trying to get the background right. I'm too critical.
You're too
I,
critical.
And I know that like you build it while you fly it.
Because you saw me.
Bro.
We started off on this couch. I was sitting next to the guest.
Right.
Now
And
look
you
at
got-
me.
Now you got the David Letterman swag.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
and this is even a big deal. I went on Facebook Marketplace. I
Right.
got my desk. I created the backdrop.
Right.
I think I got the whole stand on Amazon.
Right, no, this
It's
is what
nothing,
I'm saying.
it's nothing.
There's a term. Shout out to Kevin Samuels real quick. There's a term.
Talk
you
about it.
build it while you fly it. So if you want to start something, you don't wait until the whole plane is ready and everything is perfect and all the seats is moving the way you want to move and the lights come on the way.
That might be years later.
That shit got to be rickety and crazy, and then you just go forward with it and you
keep
start to
upgrading
build it
it.
while you fly it.
Go look at the first episode of Short End
I'm
of the
sure,
Stick.
like that shit was probably
That shit look crazy.
that shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But look at where you at now.
That shit look
Look at
crazy.
where you at now.
We just got the new backdrop.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't let that stop you.
I know,
man.
and I know this. This is what I'm saying.
I know you know.
I know this, but it's still like when I look at it, I'm like, this ain't it. This ain't it yet.
It's all here, bro. It's all here, bro.
I know.
Everything is mindset.
Nah, I know.
Everything is mindset.
If you think about it, it's never gonna be perfect.
Never.
Never gonna
I
be
always look
perfect.
back
My
at it
man
like, damn, my shit is.
he just upgraded the background, and he still don't think it's perfect.
I like it. That shit was
Literally
dope. I
just
noticed it. I
upgraded.
noticed
He's
it. It's
not.
like
He's not a
universe
big
now,
fan.
right?
Well, it was still the same thing. It was Galaxy
Same
before,
theme,
right.
but it looks a lot different.
But yeah,
It's like more
It's
updated
like
looking.
lighter. It's like
lighter blue,
It's
lighter
a more
blue.
dynamic universe type of thing.
It is more dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
like
is
more
more
like the first one.
I'm gonna be. I didn't really like it. You know, when I
think it
got
looks
it,
dope.
it looks good,
I
but
think it looks
I was
dope.
like, I don't know, it looks a little childish, but I like it. I think it's
And you'll
wrong.
probably go through 3 or 4 more backgrounds.
That's
before
what I'm
you really
saying,
settle
but that's
on
what I'm
something that
saying,
you
like,
love.
you know,
and I get it. I
100%.
get that. But like,
100%.
that's what's slowing me up. Is like I'm too critical of my own.
100%.
Like, because I see this and it's dope.
Come on, man. This shit took.
Nah, bro, this is
This
dope.
is just an idea I created.
This
It's
is dope,
nothing.
but-
Just
but guess
create
what?
your shit and go.
But guess what? If it was my own shit, I'd
And then
like,
you
yo, this ain't
painted it
enough
too,
for
you
me. This
painted
ain't
it too.
enough. I'd go crazy about it.
I know this ain't enough, but I just push forward.
I like it, bro. I
I
think
just
this
push
shit is fly,
forward.
bro.
Thank you.
I like it. I
you.
like both of y'all setups. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
I
you.
think both of
Thank
y'all
you.
shit is dope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just go for it, man.
Yeah,
Just
both
be-
sets are
Nah,
different,
no.
but we just winged it and just jumped
I know.
in.
I'm working-
He
I'm working on
upgraded
it.
3 times already. It's been 3 times, right?
You talking about the equipment?
No. Oh, everything.
The equipment
The background. I was really saying.
The background I changed
3
like
times, right?
2 times.
This is my second time.
2 times I changed the background.
Now you didn't have the first purple with the stars. You had some. You had nothing before, right?
Well, if you call that an upgrade,
So yeah, you went from nothing to the purple.
okay,
Now
I
you got
guess.
this bright blue. That's 3 upgrades. Come
I
on,
guess-
bro.
I guess
I'm
so,
on my
yeah.
second upgrade.
I guess so.
Shit's
Yeah.
real out here. Shit's
know.
no joke.
We just wait. We waiting for the stimmy. You know, when the stimmy comes, we're gonna have different color in the walls. You know what I mean?
That'd be dope. What's the best advice you guys ever received?
Wow. I wish I would have thought about and had that question beforehand.
I know, right? If you're not ready, take a minute. You ready?
I don't even know what's the best.
I don't know
advice.
either, but I'll just start talking while they think.
I have a few different ones. It's hard for me to say this was the best I ever got. I'll say a couple different ones. From my old mentor, persistence wears resistance. Simple enough. So like, if you really want something, like water hitting a rock long enough will erode the rock. So persistence. If you're persistent at something, eventually you can get through whatever the obstacle is. Like water is water. Like, but it can cut through a rock with enough time, with enough persistence. So that's one thing. And I'll give y'all some pimp advice.
Oh shit!
Let's go.
The woman that you want isn't the woman for you. The woman that wants you is the woman for you. That goes to all the fellas out there.
What if she got ugly feet though?
Hey, man.
Hey,
Guess what? 9 times out of 10, the woman that wants you that you don't really want, she probably got ugly feet or something like that.
Damn.
That's why you don't want her. But she'll treat you like gold, though. She'll treat you like the king that you want. You feel me? But it's the one you chasing that you like, she's so bad. Da, da, da. Bro, she give you all the headaches.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is because you'll lower your standards and do stupid things for this person that like they not really worthy of that because they didn't really, you know what I'm saying? But you want her so bad, you want that thing so bad. But if she wants you and she's gonna stand up and be there for you, that's the one you should really be with.
I view. You know how I view this because I'm a car guy, so I'm always
I
gonna.
really
refer.
hope motherfuckers heard what he just said.
He spit some bars.
That's
I be trying to bring
that's
heat.
dating for men in a nutshell right there.
Yeah, nah, it's real.
Looks,
It's real.
it's impossible to teach a young man, especially that looks don't mean shit.
Yeah.
It's hard to preach that to a
My
young
father
man.
said pretty is what pretty does. You know what I'm saying? It's all internal.
So I'm gonna go back to cars because I always refer to cars.
Okay.
These beautiful women that everybody wants are foreigns, right?
Talk about it.
Great to look at,
Talk
right?
about it.
But for example, you get a BMW, right? It's beautiful. It's a good car. But if you got it pre-owned, after a couple of years, it's going to give you trouble. It's going to be expensive. That's the way I view those women, right? They're beautiful, but they're going to be a headache at the end.
Yeah.
Or do you want a car that's reliable, looks good? You know, it might not be as aesthetically pleasing to the eye as, you know, the other cars that are foreigns,
Right,
that
right.
everybody likes. At the end of the day, you want a reliable car.
You want a daily driver.
You want a daily driver.
That's a fact.
You want
talk about it.
You want a reliable Honda Accord, Toyota Camry.
You want that shit to turn on every time you get in the driver's seat.
Yo,
okay?
bro, let me tell you something. I got a few homies, right, that like I seen them air spots out. When I say that, what I'm saying is that
Spots out. What do you mean by that?
Sounds like a drive-by.
Right?
No,
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, whoa.
No, what I'm saying is that like
My boys be airing spots out.
What I'm saying is they can walk into a club and the baddest joints want to leave with them, and they air it out, so there's no more bad joints left.
Oh.
That's the pimp game air out.
See, I don't know about that shit. See, me and Fran don't know about that
I
shit.
never heard that one before.
Now listen, so like these same dudes, they end up with joints that's like 6s and 7s, even though they've been bagging dimes their whole life, because they know that 6 or 7 is gonna be ride or die, holding them down all the way.
Dimes are for show.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. If she's beautiful,
Trophy wives.
like only like if she's aesthetically beautiful in every way that men usually want,
Even the feet.
even the feet, there's a chance that she could be a solid 3 meals woman. I'm not saying that's impossible to find. It's just really hard to find. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to find. So like 9 times out of 10, the one you want to really end up with is probably not going to be all of that. You know what I'm saying? So
Sadly.
I mean, you know, because we're visual creatures. Guys love the way, you know, we see a look and we like, yo, I want that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's
Sadly, that is a woman in her prime.
yeah,
Sadly.
yeah.
So sad.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's so sad so much. Like,
It is though, bro.
I think,
because if you think about what society wants us to be, they want us to be that wholesome family. Yo, after a few years, your wife is not looking as good as the dime.
See,
as good as she used to look.
I think that like
That's deep.
I think that when a woman has, I think that if you actually pair bond yourself with the woman, have kids with her, marry her, and start to actually develop in life with her, I don't know this for a fact, but I think that no matter what her look is, you'll start to really value her look and like chemically or something changes in your brain, and you start to actually look at this woman like she's better than everybody else because of the investment that you have in her.
100%.
Right?
100%.
Now, I think that when we want to go for the younger women that are in their prime, it's really just genetic. It's like a DNA thing. It's like we know that they're most fertile when they're 23, 24, 25, 26, whatever.
Besides being fertile,
Mm-hmm.
it's the attraction. When we were that young, we loved that.
Right.
When we're 50, we're still going to love a 21-year-old looking girl.
Right.
That's the thing. Even though, let's say we get married at 21 to a dime and she's our heart.
Mm-hmm.
At 60 years old, we're still going to look at her like, I still want her. I'm still going to have sex with her. I love this woman. You're not going to really notice how much she aged. You aged with her. It's beautiful. It's going to be love.
Right.
But let that motherfucker see a 21-year-old porn star, model, whatever. He's going to be more attracted to her than his wife. It's just because of that. That's all it is.
That's just nature, though.
That's what I mean. That's all it is. That's all it is.
But I mean, what like when
It's
you
not
say
negative.
When you say attraction, what do you necessarily mean?
Sexual attraction, of course.
Sexual attraction,
Of
because
course.
like
Sexual,
that could
100% sexual.
That means that like for the night he would like to be with this one, but like he's not trying to really like embark life with this
Nothing.
woman. You know,
Nothing
he's
to
not trying
do
to
with
like
her.
he's not
Nothing
trying to
to
like
do with
stay
her.
with this woman and do that because he knows at the end of the day the value is with his woman.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that like that's something that it sucks when because you know what I want to talk about real quick. I want to jump on the topic of
Go crazy. Let's do it.
Of marriages ending because the man cheated. Because it kind of goes in line with what we're talking about right now. A 40-year-old, 50-year-old, 60-year-old man could be with a 25-year-old, 30-year-old, 35-year-old because he wants to. Because he's seeing this shiny object and he's like, yo, I want to get I want a piece of that. There's a hunter inside of all of us that want. Oh, can I get that or not? Let me see if I get it. And then you do, and it is what it is. I'm not saying that everybody cheats or whatever, but like.
And from a woman's point of view, she knows that's what he wants. Women know that. 100% they know their man.
End the marriage and destroy the
Because
whole
of their
household
feelings.
because of their feelings, because
Their
they think to
feelings.
listen.
Yo, but all jokes aside, put yourself in that woman's position.
No, I get
I've been
it.
with this man since forever, and he just had sex with someone else. That's our
totally-
sanctuary.
I totally understand
Same
that.
thing from a man's point of view.
But the common rhetoric that happens is like, oh, well, the kids would rather meet. They don't want to see mommy sad. Let me tell you something. When the marriage breaks up and the kids get split up and all that stuff starts to happen, and a single mom and all that creates worse outcomes in the future for those kids.
100%.
So at the end of the day, once you take the vow, and once you do that with a person, it's no longer about you. Once you have those kids, it's about them and what's their best outcome. So like, if the best outcome for those kids is to
deal with it,
it's the parents got to deal with that and deal with seeing their mommy like that. As long as the two parents are in the household, they're gonna have a better future. Even if mommy is sad, even if daddy is sad, whatever the case is, as long as the parents are together, they'll have a better chance in the future. So like, oh, they don't want to. Like, to me, it's like, nah, you got to stay together no matter what. Once you do those vows, that's the end of it. You know what I'm saying?
But you do understand from a woman's point of view.
I get it. It's
I
messed
get
up.
it too. Because imagine a man. Imagine a man saying, nah, you know what? I know she fucked my best friend, but I'm going to stay together for the kids.
Yeah. I hear you.
It sounds crazy.
Listen, I know a personal situation.
Sounds very crazy.
I get it. It does sound crazy. I know a personal situation right now. I'm not going to even get deep into this, but like, I know a personal situation right now where something like that has happened. And guess what? The guy's staying. The guy hasn't moved. The guy isn't going anywhere. He's staying in his marriage for the sake of the kids. Possibly, I don't really know why he's staying, but like, she did some foul shit, and like, he's staying. So I think it's like, once you take those vows with somebody, and once you have kids with somebody,
it's above you and your feelings.
It's above you and your feelings at that point. You got to eat it. Like, you chose this person. You should have did more due diligence in finding the right person that you want to marry. You gotta eat it now. They cheated on you, whatever. Like, don't break up for the kids. Like, wait until the kids are out and in college and all.
I want to hear from the guy in the relationship.
That's actually, yeah. What do you think about that?
The question was, would
you put the kids before your own happiness if your woman cheats on you? Your woman has sex with your brother.
That's deep.
No.
That's deep.
You have 2 kids, right?
No.
You want the best for them, or do you care about your feelings more than your daughters?
At the end, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you.
That don't happen that often to the brother.
It don't happen often, but let's go.
No, they usually cheat with some stranger dude.
Let's say
though.
co-worker.
Whatever. You want to stir the pot? Let him stir the pot.
Let's do co-worker. It don't matter. Cheating is cheating.
No.
Oh, with your brother is different.
Yeah, your
different.
brother. That's family, bro. That's come on, bro.
Co-worker.
Listen, at the end of the day,
You tell her quit and we okay?
at the end of the day, if I'm not happy, how could I be happy with these kids and provide a good lifestyle?
You can fake it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of
Fake
men
it
fake.
for the kids' sake.
I get it.
Are you willing to fake it for the kids? That means the kids are more important than your feelings. Or are you going to put your feelings in front of the kids? That's really what the question is.
I got something to say once y'all finish.
I mean,
I want to hear this, guys.
if she had sex with my brother, that's
All right, co-worker.
her
She quits.
her own co-worker.
Her co-worker, she quits. She quits though. That means she'll never see that person again. But it happened, and now you got to worry about the kids suffering for the rest of their lives. Woo!
I think I can't do it, bro. To be honest, because
I feel the same way.
Because like I'm never gonna view that person the same. Like I'm gonna feel like a betrayal. Like, damn, like you really did that. Like I wasn't a fucking sweetheart to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I provided a lifestyle for you. Like I really took good care of you for you to do that. So I don't think I could apologize about and at the end of the day, I'm still gonna be a great dad. You know?
Right.
I get it. It's not gonna be the same as me being in the house physically at all times, but
relationship wise,
at the end of the day, like I'll have a talk with them, and I'll say, these things happen and whatever, blah blah blah. Like I wouldn't get into details because they're still too young, but we'll play kind of cool, well, at least for my end. I don't know about
right.
I play kind of cool, and I'll just pick you up weekends, or it's gonna be fun. Like just try to stir, their emotions and their like thoughts about like why is he not in the house now? Like because they are gonna ask that question.
Yeah.
Why isn't it? Why he goes to his own house? Why he got his own place?
100%.
So these are all questions that you got to prepare for, and it's tough to answer, especially when you got young kids, man. But I would say no to that.
What were you gonna say? You remember?
I do.
Okay, good. Let's do it.
No, what I was gonna say is that, like, all right. So what's the common? All right, it sounds off topic, but it's gonna come around. What's the common, like punchline or like tagline when it comes to your career? It's like sacrifice everything. Oh, you don't sleep. Don't worry, like get up and just grind. You gotta grind. You gotta grind. Like if you're tired, work anyway. If you're hungry, skip the meal. Like whatever. Like you gotta put in that work. It's all about getting to the bag. It's all about like that's the ambition that we have in this country. Like when it comes to career, what's the common theme when it comes to relationships? Leave that nigga.
Oh hell yeah, easy.
Oh, he said he didn't take you on. Leave that. He ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she, whatever. Like it's always quick to walk away from the relationship, but it's like give up your health, your life, your friends, everything. You gotta get rid of everything to get to the bag, right. So like my point that I'm making is that when it comes to like sacrificing, and when it comes to the things that we sacrifice for, why is it only cool to sacrifice for the bag? Why is it only cool to sacrifice for career and money? Why isn't it okay to sacrifice your health, your emotions, whatever it is for the relationship? Now, I'm not saying I practice this necessarily, but I'm just saying like why is it that our country and like what we hear all the time in the media is like, oh, whatever your ambition is, whatever your goal is, you got to give up everything for that. You got to just go for it, whatever it is. But then when it comes to your relationship, it's like, oh, as soon as you don't get what you want, there's plenty of fish in the sea. There's more guys out there.
Well, I think from the female's perspective, but from the men's perspective, we deal with that a lot in the opposite way. What I mean by that is our happiness doesn't matter in a relationship.
I agree.
Like when the relationship is rocky and it's like sketchy, is when the female's not happy.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of men are unhappy in relationships, and they just still there.
We deal with it,
thugging it. They still trying to be
100%.
There for their family.
100%.
And it coincides with happy wife, happy life.
Yep.
What does that mean? That means our happiness means nothing.
Nothing at all.
Like it's like we don't even exist and we're not doing all these things for the family. So, and modern women would say, oh, I don't need no guy or whatever. I do it. I'm like, yeah, you could talk and say that, but at the end of the day, like, you're never going to be a man.
Yeah.
Like a man is a man for a reason.
You know what's funny when they say something like that? Oh, I don't need no man. Right? No. I'm going to break it down for y'all real quick.
Please do.
To say you don't need no man is ridiculous, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Because the minute they get a flat tire, who are they calling?
Right. The minute that there's a fire in the house, who do they really want to show up to pull them out? when the minute that there's a robber or somebody that's coming to do something bad to them,
policeman,
right? Now, and I'm gonna take it deeper.
Go ahead. That's how they like it. That's how they like it. On it.
Like 98% of the things that actually run cities, from the microphone to the construction to the water plants to the roads that are built, it's all men. So you don't need no man. Everything that makes your life comfortable comes from a man 97% of the time. You just don't see it because we've civilized the world to a certain degree. Now you go to like third world countries or countries that aren't really that civilized yet, they know they need men. But only in America where we got air conditioning and we got pizza parties and
equality. Equality is shoved down our throats when equality is not real when it comes between men and women, and not in a disrespectful way at all.
Real. It doesn't need to be like we don't need to have the equal. Like we're different.
Yeah, we're different. We're different. Yeah, and it's okay.
Yeah,
we treat different female dogs than we do different male dogs. We know the difference between them, and that's how we have to treat them.
Right.
Same thing with motherfucking humans. Yeah. We're different. Yeah. We're the same species, but females have a different biology. Men have a different biology, and that's okay. But right now, society is shoving the shit down our throats.
Yeah, all that.
And we have to be equal.
I don't need no man. Equality and all this kind of stuff. Is
Beyonce preached single ladies, and she's married to a motherfucking man with a bunch of kids. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all a bunch of fucking. It's like literally, the government allows us to hear what they want us to hear. If it's something they don't want us to hear, they kibosh it.
Yeah.
So all the bullshit about being promiscuous, all that negative shit, it's easy for the government to fuck us up. So they allow it. They allow all the bullshit music, all the bullshit brainwashing. And that's why this is normal nowadays.
Yeah. It is.
We're allowed to.
Unfortunately.
Our kids are allowed to hear this shit. They're allowed to teach this shit in schools.
You can't even censor it at this point because of the internet and because of social
It's
media.
everywhere.
TikTok
It's
and all
allowed
those
by
kind
the
of
government,
things.
so it's allowed.
I feel like it's gone too far already.
100% is too far.
It has. It has.
100%
It's
is too
going
far.
so far that at some point it's going to snap, and I don't know how, but that's just the natural way of things. Like once you pull a rubber band too far, at some point it snaps.
100%.
And that's where we are right now. We're at that point where the rubber band is looking so thin you can see through it.
We don't know where it's gonna snap,
We
but
don't
it's
know where
gonna
it's gonna
snap.
snap. Something's gonna-
But it's
you know what
gonna
I'm saying?
snap.
So
You heard about is it the Oscars or the Oscars, right?
I don't know.
Are the Oscars the awards for the movies? What's the awards for the movies?
That's the Oscars.
Oscars. Oscars now are just to be eligible to be a nominee for an Oscar, you have to have like a certain 35% of the whole crew, including acting, videographers, editors, producers. They have to be part of the less fortunate crew, whatever it's called, which means the physically disabled, the mentally disabled, LGBTQ, and
Yeah, I think that's horrible.
race.
I think that's horrible.
I think it's a minority race-wise.
I think that's
There has to be
horrible.
like a 35% of the entire crew, including the acting staff, all the way down to the cleaning person.
Yeah.
It has to be equal.
Now I understand the reason.
I understand the reason too.
I'm black, right? Like I might look Dominican. I might look like I'm a lot of other things, but I'm black, right? And I identify as black.
Everybody thinks he's Dominican.
He
Come
had
on.
me fooled.
So, but I'm black though, right? So like I get it when it comes to we want equal opportunity for people that don't get those
100%.
opportunities, right?
100%.
When you have rich white men that are running things most of the time in this country, at least, they will hire more white men, right? So we want to, make sure that that's equal. I get what that is, right? But like, if I'm running a company and I interview 100 people, and out of those 100 people, none of them are the best ones, literally the best ones. If I don't look at none of if I just take their resumes and their body of work, right, and all their resumes and body of work, and I never see any of these people's faces or their names or anything, and the best ones that I should hire for the position end up being someone who's not, what you just named, a minority or whatever the term you said.
It was like the less
For
fortunate
my
or
company
something
to do
like
the
that.
best, I should hire the best workers, the best candidates for whatever that role is, right?
Exactly.
So like what we get mixed up with is there's equal opportunity, and then there's equal outcome. Now equal outcome is where things is where it goes wrong. Equal opportunity just means just put the resumes in front of me, hide the names. I don't care about any of that stuff, and I want to see what their body of work is. It's not about what their color of the skin is, what their name is that indicates to me that, this person is Jewish, or this person is black, or this person is whatever, or Asian, whatever. I just want to see if they really qualify best for what I want them to do.
100% what they're capable of.
So what that is, that's called equal opportunity. That means anybody can get this job. It doesn't matter what color of skin, what gender you are, whatever. Now, equal outcome is basically saying that you need to reflect whatever the society is. So if the society has whatever percent black people, whatever percent Dominicans, whatever, then every company needs to have those amount of people. But what happens if you're hiring people who aren't good at their job just to fill that quota? Now your business suffers. Eventually, capitalism suffers, and that's what this country is run on, capitalism. It's all about your company making the most profit. So, like, as a business owner, it makes no sense to make sure that equal outcome happens, right? It only makes sense that equal opportunity happens. I'll hire anybody for the job if you qualify best for the job.
Exactly.
So something like that with the Oscars, like you're talking about, I haven't read about that. I haven't been on point with that stuff. But like, if that's real, it really just destroys, the artistry of it, because now you have to hire the cameraman who isn't as good as the next guy because you got to fill the quota for cameraman, or you got to fill the quota for this job, whatever.
100%.
So now business just suffers. So that all that is going to do really is just bring us into a further decline in capitalism, in business, in products and services.
It's going to ruin the outcome, and the outcome is film. The outcome is artistry. Well, that always happens when business interferes with artistry, music. Film,
I was a fly on the wall. I was doing a little side job for a company, and I was a fly on the wall while they were doing their business meeting, and they were talking. And one of the people in the business meeting was like, "Listen." This person was a Caucasian person, and she was like, and she was trying to stand up for the cause, and I fucked with what she was saying. I get where she was coming from. She just didn't understand what I just explained, because she was saying, look, it's really important to me that we have a certain number of African Americans, certain number of Latin people, certain number of Asians, certain number of homosexual, and she was going in on that because she wanted to have that many people in the staff. And all I could think in my brain, I didn't say anything. Obviously, this was their private business meeting. I was just in there doing some work for the company. But like in that moment, all I could think to myself was like, you don't even know it, but you're about to like start to depreciate the value of your company by hiring people who might not be as qualified. Now, if those people all are best qualified, that have different sexual orientation, different races, then cool, hire them. Of course. But it shouldn't be. That should be the only reason. Like, we have to make sure we fill this, because if you got 100 other people that are way better, and you pick the 101st person because they're black and I'm black, I want us to have those opportunities. Don't get me wrong, but like, then you're hurting your company. You know what I'm saying? So
it sucks because it's an award show. It's the Oscars.
Yeah.
It's like, why would we watch knowing you're only choosing movies that have this staff?
Right.
It ruins the whole point. I thought you're judging the movie.
Right.
Not the fucking staff. And then you're allowed to judge the movie. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Let's kill it right here. If you guys got anything to end it off with, any advice, whatever, if you want to just end it off with anything special.
Nah, nothing special. Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
I
always have a
it too.
good time, man.
Definitely.
When I come on with y'all shows, man.
Thank you for having me. I'm married.
Now he cop a plea.
But
he gonna cop a plea.
But hold on.
Thank you for having me. I'm married.
I love my wife.
The reason why I said that, there's a reason behind that. I wanted to ask Ronnie.
Okay.
This all day today.
Talk about it.
Where the hoes at? And that is the end.
I'll tell you all when we get off camera.
You got anything to end it off with?
Nah, I really don't know where the hoes at, to be honest with you.
My man. Wholesome man.
Wholesome man. Yeah, nah, that's it, man. Just thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I really I admire what y'all both doing. And like, y'all are, even though I'm not doing anything yet, y'all still inspiring me. Y'all inspiring me to like really do it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all inspiring me by watching y'all.
Definitely.
Y'all inspiration for me, and I'm sure countless people that are out there. So, keep doing what y'all doing, man. It's
Definitely
a beautiful thing.
Definitely will.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all.
If I got to say anything positive, it's got to be, I promise you, anything you want to do in life, you can 100% do. All it takes is plan it out. Figure out the steps to get there. Execute those steps. And I promise you, 100% you will get wherever you want to get in life. Thank you for watching Talks with Franjez. Papi Shampoo. Ronnie Notes again. Yo. Peace and love.
Ronnie Notas.
Peace.
Perfect.
Yes, indeed.